feel so like it's so hard, especially with like just starting this new job. Like it is like I have just been is very different for me focusing on my job for 8 hours a day, which is not what I usually do. Like usually I like can go hard at it. And
wait, you're 8-hour shifts now?
no, just right now, like for the first couple weeks, like I'm Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30.
Got it. Right.
Just kind of getting the hang of things, you know. But I'll go on shift, and it's like a DuPont schedule. Like, let's just say like the DuPont schedule once a month, I will get 5 days in a row off.
Sounds like a vacation to me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? But right now, like, cause I'm just like trying to learn everything I can. Like, I don't even take I try not to even take like a 10-minute break. Like, I'll just go from like, I'll get there at 7 and I just go till 3:30. And like, I don't even look at my phone. So it's just been terrible. Like you guys have been spitting hot fire, and I've been trying to like keep up with it. And I've just like felt so far behind because like when I'm at work, like when I used to work, when I was working nights at the ethanol plant, like I just had like nothing but time to just go hard in the paint. But you guys have been spitting fire.
Yeah, you're having to like
feel so far behind, you know. Like,
you're having to like use parts of your brain to learn real stuff.
Yeah, for real. Like I'm just like, God damn it, I gotta actually be doing stuff. Like fuck.
Trying to retain truth.
Yeah, like, cause literally, like, I'll be eating a sandwich for like 10 minutes, and I'll just be like, God damn, I don't have time for this truth spin. Like, fuck, man,
dude.
Man, it's terrible. Like, yeah, I'm just like, and I'm like, so I'm learning this power plant shit so that I can then fund my eventual freedom from this. So to just be a independent truth spitter, am I right? Like,
yeah,
but I'm trying to figure out this power plant so I could become an independent truth spitter, right?
Yeah,
right?
I think so, dude. Good segue. Actually, I'm just gonna put this on the corner here, Evan.
Okay,
That's on the corner. Yeah, you're kind of like this
Evan.
far away. Yeah.
yo,
Dude, Evan, welcome to the podcast.
so glad to be here.
Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
Huge fan. I loved all
We're
the
huge fans of
episodes. Episode 4 is my favorite so far.
Oh, so I said good segue, but I didn't really explain why it was going to be a good segue. I was going to say talk about another guy who has recently, within the last year, changed career paths. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, lay down your career
Exited
path
the
for us.
Matrix. So I went the traditional route. Went to college, got a job, a couple jobs. Then I wound up at a bank in the business loan department, basically.
Now, Liz, so did you feel like you went through the 4-year college because did you feel like your parents kind of pushed you to it, or was it just kind of like that's what you felt like you should do?
I was pushed that direction for sure, but also just kind of like most of my friends were doing that. It just seemed like what I was supposed to do.
Yeah,
I didn't really have any other direction. It was just like, this is what you do. So.
But he went to college. He met the love of his life.
Yeah, so it all paid off.
You did. But hey, quit making it sound like it was just like the way you should do, so that you can. Okay, don't just like.
Well, you don't want to meet the love of your life?
Yeah, come on, man.
You don't want to meet love and an education?
If you want to find love, you just go that 4 years, okay?
Yeah, just spend a bunch of money,
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Okay, so
Anyway.
you went to finished the high schools. You went to the 4 years, and you went into finance. Finance was your degree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fantastic.
So a guy I knew was on the board of directors at a little bank, and they had an opening. So he told me about it. So I was a credit analyst, basically. Businesses come to the bank wanting money for whatever, and they give me their tax returns and whatever financial information we want, and then I put it into a little report for people that were higher up and smarter than me, and then they would decide whether these people got the loan or not. And then eventually, after years of doing that, I kind of became the guy that more or less got to at least help decide if they got the loan or not.
You're pretty much a big deal.
Yeah.
He was a big deal.
You're a big deal. Like that's basically what you're saying. Is like you're a big deal.
Not really.
No,
But you're kind of a loan decider.
Kind of a loan decider. I got my hands in a lot of stuff at the bank. Well, I always worked for smaller banks, so you kind of have to wear a lot of different hats because, there's only so many people that do all these jobs, and a lot of the jobs are actually pretty easy, and you can figure them out just by watching somebody do the job. So, if somebody didn't show up for work or whatever,
So you could have at one point, you could have been running the window.
Yeah, it was actually. And at the first bank I was at was a tiny little bank, and I have a couple good stories from this place. Do we have time to discuss?
We do. We do have time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So, tiny bank. They had 3 branches in very rural Illinois. So it was all farmers, that came in to fund their crops and tractors and whatever. So
we love it. We love our farmers.
We do.
We love our farmers.
And it taught me to never judge a book by its cover. Key takeaway from that bank is we had a guy, Melvin something or other, came in overalls, like literally covered in shit, like from pigs at the farm. Mm-hmm. The whole bank would smell terrible for like hours after this guy left. And so he came in wanting a loan one day, and
real pig pen.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
But yeah, they gave me his personal whatever, all his finances, and this dude had, I think, a net worth of like over $7 million.
Damn.
And looked like he was homeless basically.
It pays to get your hands dirty.
Dude,
it
does, dude.
Does.
Dirty money, dirty hands, clean money.
Yeah.
This saying,
crazy.
So just for the sake of Mr. Something or Other, I will be changing his name to something else so that people don't try to track this guy down.
I honestly don't remember his name, but it was probably
I thought it was
don't know.
actually something or other. Shit. Okay.
He said something or other.
Yeah.
Melvin, right?
Melvin.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is. Oh man, I love that. I love to hear that.
There's lots of examples of guys like that. So I don't know. That's what key takeaway from that place. But yeah, they tried to train me on the teller line. I wasn't super great at it, but I could fill in when needed. But it was within 2 weeks I had a key to the vault because they needed somebody to open up the bank on Saturdays because nobody wanted to do it. So so I would roll in there, and they had some, I don't even remember what it was, but there was like a color that somebody was supposed to leave in the window when you got there in the morning, and if it was like orange, it meant like don't come in, we're getting robbed or something. Anyway, it was kind of small time, like this is the way they've been doing it for like 50 years, but there's a lot for me to try and take in with having like zero banking knowledge at all. But yeah, I'd go in there and open the vault before the tellers and people got there. I had no idea what he was doing. I got the combination wrong a couple times, and like,
how many times could you get it wrong until you got locked out? Like,
I think, dude,
we've all been there where you get your combination wrong for your.
I think you had
whatever.
You may have had like 3 chances, and if you got it wrong, it was like a 24-hour reset. Like it was bad. Like the bank couldn't open.
What kind of
a lot of pressure for like a 20?
Like, what kind of combo are we talking here? Because mine is like Dustin Lamp 1. Like, we're talking. I'm not trying
Dustin,
I'm not trying to put my shit on blast.
Okay. Actually, everybody knows that your actual password is Michael 1.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's a capital M.
That's the kind of shit some idiot would put on their luggage. Remind me to change my password on my luggage.
Yeah, anybody looking to finish out the season on NHL Game Center? It's Destin Lamp, username, password Michael 1.
Yes, you should, because everybody deserves to have that shit for free. So you can go on my shit.
Yeah, now they're giving a deal for the last 2 months.
Yeah,
That
Dustin
cares
Lamp, okay, whatever. So what kind of password?
Actually, I just have to say, I would imagine that the security on small town banks in rural areas are probably even more beefed up than like metropolitan areas, right? Since like,
dude, no,
wouldn't they be a target?
Not
at all.
Whole thing.
Let me tell you about the safe.
He's
like,
no, further from the truth.
They put colored sheets of paper in the window. That's the only thing they had.
I do have a follow-up story on that. It's pretty good. But no, from what I remember, there was like 3 dials, but there was a specific time window that you had to get it right. It was like a 10-minute, like if you showed up late for work and you didn't get the code in that 10-minute, then you're fucked. Like it's
shit.
gotta wait till the next day, or I don't know.
Wait for the next day.
Call the
Are you
locksmith.
serious? What?
Bank's closed.
Guys, hey, dude, how about the ultimate like getting your day off? Like, oops.
Yeah.
I'm really trying here.
Just another
Guess
bank
we'll have to
holiday.
recoup tomorrow.
I'm all pinkies today.
I'm all thumbs. You got like oven mitts on. I'm all thumbs.
Yeah, it was.
So like what? Okay, so don't don't tell us the password, but like how fuck. So is this like, you know how they auto generate passwords for you, and it's just like DJ7 exclamation point question mark blah 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 blah
Dude,
blah.
how did you memorize the password on the back of my router?
You know, I took a screenshot of that shit. Dude. Like, is it how crazy are we talking about password, or is it this is just numbers?
It's just numbers.
It's just the numbers on a dial.
Three dials, and I don't think it changed, man. I think it was the same.
Wow.
and I don't remember it.
That's too much shit
Can't remember
for
anything.
Good. I'm glad you don't
relearning
remember it
for-
because that's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Because because like just for me, like at the new job, like just trying to like start with new passwords and stuff. I was just like the second day, I was like, "Fuck this!" Like, dude, for real.
Well,
I was
and they
like,
change
"Fuck
it like
this
every
shit,
2
dude."
or 3 months now, and like
fuckers.
I'm talking like computer passwords
Yeah,
at work. Like,
yeah.
dude, and you got to remember because some change every week or some change every 2 months, and it's like they all get messed up.
Man.
Drives me nuts, but
I feel like I need to say this sooner rather than later. I don't want to cut off any of these stories, but we didn't ask Evan to be the guest because he's a banker. We want to hear about the bank.
We do.
But we were like having a conversation like this the first night that like we hung out over beers, and I was like, "Damn, this guy works at a bank. Like he's got his shit together." Like
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, that's awesome." And he just looked at me and he said, "I fucking hate it."
Yeah, yeah. So get into
It's a
that.
trick.
Okay, yeah. That's a great. That's
We'll get
a great,
there.
Was there
Yeah,
a-
so get into
yeah.
to the point where you
Did
said
you like it at
where
first?
you were just like staring at a open window.
yeah,
Google
Like,
Maps.
I got there pretty quick. But
Yes, get into that.
Okay.
Get into that. Sorry, I didn't mean to like get into like some real like
No,
stupid
no,
shit.
no.
But get into that part. where you're just,
I'll
like,
get into that. Let me tell one story though. This is a good one.
Yeah.
So it's small bank security issues. So banks buy they get money basically from the Fed in a Brinks truck. They'll bring the cash in, whatever.
Tell us about
So,
that.
anyway,
Fed, fucking Fed.
There's 2 banks in town, and there was one that was slightly bigger than the bank I worked at. So they got the shipment of money because my bank, I mean, it costs money to deliver money. So to get around that cost, they would send
Print more money.
me
Bingo.
or whoever with a radio flyer wagon 2 blocks down the road.
No way!
Yes, dude, real. I couldn't believe
At least
this.
they didn't send you with like some little
You're
Tykes
fucking
bullshit.
kidding me.
Yeah.
No.
You can't get that.
No, 100% true. And like within the first week or two, they had me doing this because I was like, I was basically the only guy at the bank that would do this, and I think they just made me do the job because they knew.
All right, we're gonna send the biggest,
They knew it was
scariest
sketchy.
looking
Yeah,
guy
That's
with
true.
the
They saw
wagon.
you and they're like, "This dude's a beefy puck. They're not gonna
So
mess
we're
with
gonna
him.
make
It's a
him-
beefcake.
Yeah.
It's a
The
beefcake.
wagon.
We're gonna send them with the wagon."
Yeah, he can take these meth heads. Anyway, so I go up. Well, we would take our coins. So there'd be like, I don't know, like 50 pounds of quarters or whatever. I'd take it to that bank. They'd count it, do whatever they do with it, and then we'd go in like a back room and they'd have a box with cash in it. And like the first day I did this, my mind was blown. I was like, because I didn't know any better. I was like, well, this is normal. Like, I guess this is how banks get their money. So I opened this box and there's like $250,000 in this thing, and we counted up, and then
And you're thinking, how fast can I run with this wagon?
well, dude,
I'm
yeah,
obviously the biggest guy in this room. Let's go.
yeah, but no,
Let's
Yeah.
go.
we load it back in the wagon, and I'd wheel it 2 blocks back to the bank, and like most of the time they'd have a cop across the street to kind of watch this whole thing go down, but like every now and then I don't know, he wasn't there.
Cop be on break.
Yeah, and yeah, so I did this every week for a couple years, and I, you get to thinking like, dude,
Of course.
not that I would do this, but like, how could we get away with this? And it would
easy
be
would it
so.
be?
I knew all the blind spots where the cop couldn't see me. Like,
Dude, this is
You get
we
your-
all think thoughts like
Damn,
this, like
bro.
where could I bury a body kind of
thought
thing.
about
Yeah.
it. We've already. I mean, we already, as soon as he's starting to tell a story, we're already thinking about
Oh, yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
he's big. He can beat the cop. He can fucking push him over, trip him,
yeah,
fuck
but
off.
$250,000. It's insured. The bank's not gonna feel it.
Dude,
I mean,
just like that speech in Heat.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Your
Dude,
money's
well,
insured.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Don't do anything
The money's
stupid.
insured.
Your money is
You're
insured.
not stealing from the people. You're stealing from the insurance companies, dude. And we
Right.
all fucking love that. We
Yeah.
all love that.
So,
So Evan's now working for an
So-
insurance
so I don't know if they
company.
do that anymore.
So
Probably.
fast forward to you stealing the money from the insurance.
Yeah,
So yeah. So anyway, fast
that
forward.
is the story. Like, holy shit, dude. Wait, did you want us to record this?
We
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't preface this, but yeah, we are talking to a fucking.
So yeah. Anyway,
criminal.
that's the real reason I quit my job. Because I could.
Love it. Love it.
But,
That's
uh,
how you got your first bank loan.
Yeah. So yeah. Fast forward. Moved to Wisconsin. Got a job at another bank. Doing roughly the same thing. Fast forward again. Another job. Another bank. And yeah, basically those last two jobs relatively quickly got to the point where I'm staring at a screen, punching in numbers, moving money around, like typing reports for people and trying to explain them. And yeah, within months, I knew I hated this and didn't want to do it much longer, but also didn't have another plan really. So, and that's how I think people get trapped in the cycle. And then,
For real.
you know, eventually you just become competent at what you're doing, and then you just get scared or whatever. You don't want to leave, even though you know you should be doing something else.
100%.
Yeah, because
being in that
yeah.
professional environment. I'm sorry, Jackson.
no,
did
you're
you want-
fine. No,
Okay.
no, keep going.
Being in like that professional setting, this is like a lot of the stuff that me you and Jackson talked about, like, you know, at the bar in
Oh,
your
yeah.
basement, but like just all the different sides of sort of the keeping up with the Joneses type of thing that you see, like people coming in, right, that had like you're making $60,000 a year, but somehow you have like a $350,000 house,
Oh, yeah.
like a $60,000 truck, and you're taking out another loan for like crazy shit, right? Like how
Cash poor. Like
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
fucking-
but like how
yeah.
overextended you're actually allowed to put yourself. You
Yeah,
know?
it's wild what they'll let you get away with.
Yeah.
And the job that I was in, I got to see kind of both sides of the spectrum. You see people that have a ridiculous amount of debt, and it's crippling. They're losing money because they can't pay their stuff back quick enough. But on the other hand, you see people that own their own businesses or are doing whatever and have tons of money and just live a relatively modest lifestyle, and they're killing
the
it.
means.
But like
Yeah.
that's what I did every day. Is I'd see this over and over, and it was like just soul crushing because it's like, dude, I can be doing that. Like, why am I sitting here getting fat, like staring at a screen,
Following rivers on Google Maps.
following? I used to do that, dude. When I get bored and like
What was your favorite river to follow?
Missouri River's pretty good. Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. So what would you? Okay, so when you say seeing people, what was the worst? And without divulging any information, what was the worst case you saw? Like as far as like just somebody just crippling themselves, because it's crazy because we originally for our first when we were first looking at buying a home, we got approved to buy like a $850,000 home,
dude.
and that's like I literally told the guy like fuck off, like I told him fuck off, like I was like yeah no thanks, like that's fucked, like
Yeah, dude.
I was like
When you get pre-approved for something, it's like I laugh at that when I think
Yeah.
now, like what you're actually pre-approved
Because,
for.
okay,
like,
so
what the fuck does that?
I'm not shy about saying this. Like,
No, you
so
won't
we
be
got
able to afford
we got
groceries.
pre-approved for $850,000, and we bought like a $290,000 home. Like, I was like, go kiss my ass. Like, we're not gonna overextend it. It's like, but dude, how many mortgage poor people?
It's
would-
unbelievable.
Is it just the crazy percentage?
Because a crazy percentage. Because most people that see that number, you're pre-approved for $850,000, they think that's my budget. That's what I'm going to go buy. So they tell their real estate agent, like, yeah, man, I want an $800,000 house because that's what the bank says I can get.
Dude, okay, real quick, like, so let's just say, I'll bring it to the sports realm real quick. Say, like, you're a rookie and, you get your first big payday. What the fuck, like if you're approved for $850,000,
Well,
like
more money's coming.
Yeah, dude, like you get, but I'm just saying, like that's why fucking
for sure.
Vince Young is spending 150 grand at Cheesecake Factory every month,
every 2 weeks.
But like, what are you approved? What do you think is possible? Like, oh fuck, like I can have I don't even know. Like I can vacuum my whole house from one outlet, so I don't even know what square footage is. But like, what is like a house that the taxes? It's not a sustainable lifestyle. But you can go fucking crazy.
Feet. You're talking 65 to like 8,000 square feet of home. Like
that is a long vacuum cord.
That's a Vince Young Texas house. It's like 8,000 square feet of house. Like that's bonkers.
But just like. You got the money, more money's coming, like you said. Like, fuck it, I'm going for it. If
Vince
you're not
Young,
educated,
Vince Young would have gotten approved for more square footage than we would have gotten approved for money. Like,
yeah, dude.
Like that's
850,000 square feet.
Yeah, like we would have more money than we would.
It's like the Pentagon.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So you saw it all.
Saw it all. I was trying to think of the worst case. There's probably worse ones than this, but I do remember there was a guy that I was shocked at how much money he was making because he was a firefighter, and I didn't realize that was a 6-figure job, but apparently in some jurisdictions it is.
Yeah, Chicago area is a big one.
Yeah.
Careful, Evan. I mean, let's not put a price on being a hero.
You can't. But no, between him and his wife, they were making a lot of money. I mean,
Jesus,
200 plus, I think. I don't remember what she did, but
damn, good on him.
So I pulled her credit report, and it was like 10 pages long, like every charge card you could imagine, like Target, Kohl's, Best Buy, like everything.
Do they share? They share the same account?
Oh yeah.
Oh my, you can't
pull a joint account. It's everything.
No, I don't know this man. I don't know the situation. Is it possible he was a firefighter in the Village People?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, you only know so
worker,
much.
An Indian, policeman. But there was a firefighter. Yeah.
Evan might have saw.
I mean, on the application it said
VP.
firefighter. I don't. It could have been
VP, vice president,
Village
people. I don't know. Anyways, firefighters making bank.
Making bank. Just ridiculous cash outflow though. Like it. I mean, every dollar he made was being spent right away, and I think I can't remember what he got approved for, but
dude, that's a guy living in the moment. He's like, I could fucking die on the job in a second.
True. Oh yeah. If you ain't got no kids, might as well ball it out.
Oh yeah, balling out. I think they had, I don't know, 2 or 3 new cars. Just whatever. They had it all, and I just was shocked by that. Yeah. And that was the other thing. He had like 0 net worth, and he'd been doing this. They'd had this income for like over 5 years.
Oh sure, so he was pouring anything into his like retirement.
No, there was nothing.
He was like, retire? Fuck, that's called death, brother.
Yeah, like I think he'd made maybe 10% equity on their home or something. Wow. Like, and that was it. It was.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, he probably had a nice sit-down conversation with the wife, and he said, "Listen, the day I leave the boys on the ladder is the day I die inside."
Yeah.
Fuck retirement.
I'm just gonna send it.
just gonna send it.
I mean, do you really have a choice at that point?
The only real interaction I had with, because there was a lot. I worked with a lot of volunteer firefighters at Valero, and it was hilarious because they were very much the same as Chuck and Larry. Chuck and Larry going out alive. Coming back to say, they're fucking so hard into it, like they loved it. But dude, I can just imagine, dude, especially in so you were Metropolitan. Was it Metropolitan Chicago?
No, I was far south of Chicago. No,
okay,
a couple hours south.
So anyway, so you were seeing people just fucking destroying, like giving their lives to the fucking credit industry,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Like just living off credit. Like, dude, how fucking mad is that? Have any of you guys watched The Pharmacist yet?
No.
On Netflix? Woo-wee!
Is it a good one?
Yes, it is. It is fucking fantastic. It is really good, but it's no different.
Drug dealers.
It is. It is really like it is white coat drug dealers, but
Dude, I'm just picturing,
dude,
like
it is like, dude, like if you can say the same thing about the banking industry, like basically people giving people loans and getting them into debt.
Yep.
You know, like saying you. I'm sure. I guarantee you. I'm sure you saw these people walk in and saying, like, there's no fucking way you're gonna pay these loans off.
It's way worse in the mortgage, like the people coming in to just get like a mortgage on a home. So I saw that department doing their thing, but I was in business loans, which is more of like it's a little more of like the Wild West of banking. Like it's not as regulated.
Business loans was the Wild West.
Yeah,
Dude,
mortgages.
this is like that scene in Yes Man, the Jim Carrey movie.
Oh,
where he
yeah.
just starts
Yeah.
approving
Says
everybody's,
yes to
all,
everybody's business
Yeah.
idea. Like, fuck it.
So
Oh,
that was the case like pre 2007, 8, like before the crash. I think it was like it was wild. But
When was
Yeah.
what year were your prime in?
let's see, 2012.
Okay.
I think I started and did it for 6 years.
Okay.
2000,
Okay.
Yeah, 18.
Okay.
So yeah, I've heard stories of like guys that kind of worked through that, but it was all very heavily regulated after that. So they had to, every bank basically,
They started being more
Was the same.
responsible.
well, they're forced to be
Doubted,
more
doubted.
responsible, but
Not a bad thing.
kind of, but I think so. The smaller banks that I worked for, they weren't necessarily doing that kind of stuff to start with. I mean, I think that was a lot more prevalent with like the big dogs like Wells Fargo and
Chase.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like the little mom and pop bank in downtown, wherever.
Town and
It's-
country, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're concerned. Like, they don't want to lose. The bank doesn't want to lose money, and they also don't want to screw people over because it's
a community-driven thing.
exactly.
Maybe the way it should be. So
Yeah.
would you say
Oh, yeah.
we should all probably be responsible and
yeah,
bank with a community bank?
yeah. I think you'll get a fairer deal, maybe.
Like
I mean,
credit, more like credit union.
Credit unions are good. I'm partial to the small banks because you actually will talk to somebody that has, most of the time, has your best interest in mind. And those are the banks that I work for. So I don't have like a terrible view on banks just because of the ones I work for. I think it's like any job where you get into the sales kind of thing, and there's guys that are hard drivers that are going to try and do whatever they can to make the sale. Well,
Yeah.
because selling a loan it's sales basically. So-
And that's kind of where I thought about. That's what drove me. The Pharmacist on this Netflix thing is. This is the initial OxyContin epidemic blow up in St. Bernard Parish, right outside the 9th Ward in New Orleans. Was they literally talked to like one of the Purdue Pharmaceutical like sales reps who was just pushing this fucking drug, and I thought it was very pertinent like to this discussion where it's like, if you would like possibly like would you benefit from pushing loans through, like approving more loans? Would you benefit from that? Because like the Purdue Pharmaceutical guy, like this guy would fucking make money off like from like saying like, hey, like this drug is gonna be good to go. Would you say there was like,
Well, these
and
people
I'm
have
not-
to like come correct on their loans for that to be a good
and
idea.
I'm not and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like you were off to like make money off of people defaulting on their loans, but I'm just saying like,
Dustin,
would you
this
ever?
guy's trying to just cruise the Missouri River.
I mean,
I know.
Let's be honest here.
I know, and this is a reason why. This is a reason why you're not into it. You're not in it anymore. don't get me wrong, like you're not in this anymore. But would you see people who are like, hey, you are not obviously not gonna like go through this whole loan and then still approve them? Like, does that make sense? Like what I'm saying?
I think so. So my role was more of like back end, like I was like the offensive line for the loan officer, who's like the quarterback. Like
you're a great tackle. You're a great looking tackle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the quarterback, the big sales guy, the Wolf of Wall Street kind of dude. That's the loan officers, and their job is to meet quotas and lend out millions of dollars.
They just want to push the money. They want to push the money.
Right, and then it was my job to kind of push back and show them or the board of directors or whoever, hey, this dude was late on payments last year, or he's in massive debt to whoever. Like maybe we should pump the brakes a little bit.
I love to hear that. To hear that from you.
But I did get a lot of pressure from some of those guys because they're under pressure from their boss to make lend out $10 million this month. You got to do it.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy
like
as hell.
pushing drugs.
That's just the same as Purdue Pharmaceutical pushing the fucking drugs. They were literally looking for, like, I wish I should have texted you guys and told you guys all to watch this doc. It's literally a three-part, 1 hour each episode, like 45 minutes an episode.
We will do our homework and we will revisit episode 6.
Awesome, thank you. But literally, the real quick, the sales reps were literally like looking for these what they call them, pill farms. Like, so they would just literally look for the people who were willing to push out all these, like,
holy fuck,
just bullshit, like
our doctors getting kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies.
100,000%. Yes.
God,
that's what they're looking for.
So,
dude, kind of to move it to where
same
we're
thing.
talking
You're
about
saying that the comparison or the parallel here is that there's certain people that will go
give
forward
with
loans that they
know they're going to default. They're going to default on the
loans. If I approve you for this, you are going to drive yourself into a insurmountable amount of debt. Approved.
Yes. Done. Yeah. So what you're saying,
we're going to sell worm farms.
So we got worms. We got worms.
I've got worms.
So
that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah. So, Evan, you will say, hey, this seems not like the greatest loan of all time. But they'll be like, listen, this is money, and we're going to push this through. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And there's always a story. Like, whether they're... Basically, I looked at the numbers, and the numbers don't lie, kind of thing. But then the loan officer's job...
There's two things that don't lie in this world. Numbers and hips.
Yes. Also ball. Ball don't lie.
This is the part where Grace would turn it off because... I can't resist. I'm just interrupting anybody's story because I think I'm so fucking fun.
Evan's coming with
you are
pure Evan's coming with pure fire right now. So don't get in the way of
Evan's. I'm going to turn my own mic off. Fine. Evan, I'm sorry. You have the floor.
So Evan right now is coming with the fact that he's seeing possible loans that aren't good to go. He's noticing they're not the greatest.
Yeah, they're questionable. They're gray area, A conservative bank would decline them. A bank that's hungry for bumping up that interest rate and making some money, they're going to do the loan.
I don't mean to interrupt, but would you see that more with credit unions, or would you see that with what would you see more like banks that would be more willing to bump that up? Like, what would you see that with?
Probably the asshole that's looking for that employee of the month parking space.
Yeah, exactly.
But would it be more with like a credit union or a bank itself? Like, okay, so I've got credit. I got loans to like Landmark Credit Union. I mean, put people on blast on Front Street, but would it be like credit unions or banks?
Any bank that's got a storefront in Walmart is on their shit.
Dude, come on, man! It's about convenience, brother. Come on, man. Convenient for who?
So I only worked for banks up until very recently. I don't think credit unions were allowed to do business loans, but I do know they're a little. I think they're a little more conservative on the way they do things,
okay.
at least in my experience. But I think it was more. It's more like an individual thing. Like there'd be, there's always that guy that just can talk and spin things in whatever way they want.
Okay.
And hey, everybody's got a story, and they're just better at telling that story. And sometimes they can get this guy's loan approved because they can spin it. And
Damn, man.
but I mean, ultimately, every loan, at least in my department, was voted on by all the big shots at the bank. And if it went bad, kind of everybody's responsible. But that's the negative to lending out crap loans, is that when they go bad, then you get canned. It's the bank starts losing money, then you're gone.
So you got to skate a fine line between doing well for yourself, because you got to make money.
Yeah.
So you got to approve the loans, but you got to make sure that's what loan officer would be, the judge and jury, trying to decide, does this guy have what it takes to come correct on the loan?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you
So
This guy got the moxie.
yeah.
But
Well,
dude, I mean, maybe you're really good at your job, and you just like throw a couple shitty ones in there to like just, I don't know, get that car payment.
That's where the banking crisis fell. Like that's like you're like, hey, I got this one really good guy. I'm gonna slide in a couple of shit bags along with this really good guy. That's where the housing crisis came in.
Yeah. I mean, well, housing prices kept going up, and you couldn't lose. And that was the other problem is, you could lend money to anybody, because if they bought a property, just the way the world was going, that property was appreciating, and that just looked like it was never going to stop until it did.
When you were in school when you were in college, was this was during that recession?
It was
So did they educate you on that? Because this is what you were going to school for. Was this kind of
it's
taught
fine. It's all fine. It's good.
Yeah. No, I did have.
Excuse
I
me.
did have professors are freaking out.
Am I gonna have a job when I
Seriously,
fucking get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of in the business school, a lot of the professors were business owners, or they sat on board of directors at banks and stuff, and they came from a business background, so they, for the most part, kind of knew what they were doing. They weren't just full academic; like they had actually been out in the world.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Which
That
was
is legit as fuck. That's awesome.
Is. So yeah, man, they had Fox Business on the TVs in all the buildings, and every day it's like, oh, market's down another 700 points, and then they kind of before class would do a little talk about it, this is bad,
Class is canceled today. Okay, fuck off.
all right, kids. Today's episode of Let Me Tell You Why I'm Fucked.
Right.
This is why this bottle of Jack Daniels is on the counter. That's it.
Yeah.
Sir, you're looking awfully sweaty today.
Yeah, it was I think a stressful time.
Dude,
for
you
us.
you basically went through the school at the worst possible time.
Yeah,
basically,
No, wrong,
dude.
Dustin.
Well,
neither
I
of us
bought
went
a
to
house at the best time.
right, but
First house.
But so we graduated in 03, and everybody a lot of people that went to college were graduating in 07, 08, and then the fucking bottom falls out of the economy, and here you are with a degree in a completely oversaturated market in nearly every type of,
Because, dude, okay, so let's not kid ourselves. How fucked is just saying I got a degree in finance? I want to tell everybody, go fuck yourself if you got a degree in finance.
I already did.
Go fuck yourself, dude. For real,
wait, why?
dude. Because and you know what's funny? Okay, I appreciate you asking me that.
Yeah,
And
because I'm interested in finance, and I'm I got books and I'm reading them. So
that's great. And that's cool. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I assume that everybody else is out to make money off of my downfall. Because a lot of times in finance, they don't make money until a lot of people lose money. Mm-hmm. And they don't really win until a lot of people lose. And it's not.
So someone's got to lose for them to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that those people are out to cheer us losing, but it's no different than saying on the somebody on the other side of a heads up poker game, you're gonna win and I'm gonna lose. Or I'm going to win and you're going to lose. So fuck you if you win because I'm going to lose. So that's the only reason I look at that. Because, people in finance are, because, dude,
Maybe we should get
grind-
TDK on here to
Dude, hey,
introduce the intricacies of the market.
Don't even start on that.
He
Oh
can
my.
throw different.
Don't start on that. Don't start on that. Don't start on that because like
all right.
I actually just went in on I just gave TDK all money, but
Oh no.
yeah, I did. But dude, seriously, but like
I wouldn't, but
that's
okay.
like, dude, that's like people in finance are taking like my money. Like I put in, Evan, you put in your blood, sweat, and fucking tears into this money, and then these other people are playing around with it like it's fucking funny money.
Yeah,
They're not fucking around. They're not putting in their blood, sweat, and tears. We are, and then they're moving it around like it's monopoly money, right?
Yeah,
and taking 2%,
Yes.
no matter if they win or lose.
Exactly. So that's where I fucking hate people in finance. Because yes, if they make me money, thank you. But this is the money that I'm fucking grinding for. And you're just gonna play around with it like it's fucking monopoly money, bro. Right?
Maybe you guys should start banking where I do. Bank of UDM under the mattress.
Well, now that we all know where it's at, like, okay, all right. Like, we might have some.
There's
business
many beds
going
at my house. Good luck finding the right one.
yeah.
on. It's like 3, bro. I'll fucking figure
There's,
it out.
I believe there's even a new bunk bed.
See?
Oh yeah, there's a new. That's okay. That wrinkle 4.
Shit. Busted. I guess I'm going to have to find a new spot.
And Isla will literally tell me where it's at. She'll tell me. She will tell me. Dad's putting it right there.
Well, so far it's only like $16. So but it's there.
So
Anyways.
Evan. So like, I love this this inside info. Like, so what was your trigger that made like just fucking flip the switch and made you say fuck this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
dude,
like one
so
moment.
And this is when Evan entered my life.
this, dude.
He moves in across
love
the
this.
street.
So
We're
you
having a
guys
good
were still,
time.
so you were still grinding the financial arena when you moved into the fucking the
Yeah.
Lower Nabobin baller
band.
scenario.
Davidian.
Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it? Yeah. When I joined the Davidians, yeah.
Davidian, the Lower Nabobin branch Davidians. Okay.
That's his term. It's very alarming, but we are rolling with
That
it.
was it. That's you.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was definitely a slow collapse, you know, like
I'm
the,
sorry.
Lower
before
Nabobin
that-
branch Davidians.
Dude, he just throws this shit out in conversation one day. It's like, because his wife's having a normal conversation with us, and she's like, before we moved over here, and he goes, when we became Davidians, and she's like, before that, when we were in West Dallas, when we were stallions.
Stallions, hell yeah, dude. Love
I mean,
that.
I
love it.
Davies and Davidians. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love it.
You went
I love
from
it.
stallions to Davidians.
Yeah.
That's
Who's the
nice.
Move it
David
up.
Koresh of the block?
Oh man,
Pat? Karen?
it's probably one of them.
Stephanie?
They're like quiet David Koreshes though.
That's all.
Like I feel like you would probably be
You
like
would be
the ringleader. I mean, you're like
Oh,
the
shit.
you're the vocal leader of the block. You
Yeah,
know?
you would be the guy.
Like when it's time
Yeah.
to
A bit of a
pull the
peacekeeper.
doc in or out, like who's collecting all the people to send that text message out to? That's
Who got yelled at the last time that nobody chose to?
I
yeah.
heard it was late this year. Yeah, it was late this
Yeah.
year. Yeah,
That was me, but that's okay. Don't worry, I'm not interested in your wives. They're very beautiful, but I will.
Just trying to get this
I will
peer
delegate.
taken out this year.
Yeah.
But if we get a peer taken out, we also get like a, what's that called? A concubine. Fine, it's fine. It's fine. It's so good. So
Yeah.
anyway, so what?
Yes, he was at. Well, we won't.
You
We
were
don't have to
still in the
get
financial
specific.
sector
Yep.
when you went to the branch Davidians.
I was. I put a suit on. Actually, at that bank, I didn't have to wear a suit every day, but still, I did. Dress nice and go to the bank and
But with a pregnant wife, where he was kind of just ready to say, "Fuck this." The dude's taking 3-hour lunch breaks.
You were
about that.
tracing
So, yeah,
rivers.
tracing
on your
rivers.
free time.
yeah. I mean, so the work that I had to do, I was able to get it done, I guess, relatively quick. So there was some downtime that I definitely could have been doing other things, but when you get to that point where you just don't want to be there anymore, and you've kind of already made up your mind that you're moving on to something else, you follow rivers, And so I was doing that, and
I think that's like, a lot of people like just phone it in. You follow rivers. I think that's fantastic.
Or Google Street View. That was the
Episode
name.
name.
Fantastic.
What did you say?
Episode name.
Episode name?
Follow
Rivers.
rivers. Yeah, chasing rivers.
Missouri
He
Rivers,
doesn't.
Phillip
Evan
Rivers.
doesn't chase waterfalls. Evan chases rivers,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Don't
dude,
go chasing
you
waterfalls.
gotta
Chase
find-
those rivers
you gotta
that
find that
Evan's,
origin, man.
Evan's waterbound.
He chased that Bark River right up in the lower Namami.
That's fantastic, bro, dude. That's fantastic.
So so anyway, I had always wanted to own my own small business, really, even before I started working at the bank. Just kind of always had that entrepreneurial, I guess, bug. And I think
Before we get there, though, because it is awesome that, because I think this is true, right? You're through these loans and the people coming with you, their ideas and starting businesses, like you mentioned earlier, like why don't I do this? I'm a creative guy. I can do this. Is that when you started like looking around too? And I'm not like some people, dude. Me and Jackson went to the bank, and the lady that helped us out to start you a checking account was very nice. She said she loved her job. Some people love it. Some people love it, right?
some people say they love it.
Some people say they love it.
I think
But
that might
at
have
that
been.
point, when you like kind of had your mind made up, like, what am I doing here? Didn't you just start looking around, like, and you started to see, like, wait, what is everybody doing? What are we doing here? Why do I have to be here?
Yeah.
From this time to this time when I can get my work done in this time.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you expand on
That's
that
like
a little bit?
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amen,
there
brother.
was, there was days when we had deadlines, and I'd work a Saturday or whatever, and just to get it done.
You
But
had to work a Saturday
yeah, man,
in the banking industry.
yeah,
Fuck off.
dude. And banking
was-
holidays are bullshit. By the way, we barely got any of them.
The banks do not subscribe to the Saturdays are for the boys.
No,
mentality.
well,
Yeah.
most of
It
the
was-
time.
I think that's Saturn Day. Yeah, it's Saturn Day. Why? would they
Oh,
even-
Saturn,
Jesus.
Black Cube Saturn. Okay, anyway, go
Feed
ahead.
the cube.
Evan, keep going, man.
I kind of lost my train of thought.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you're in on the Saturn day.
Yeah, so
Saturn days.
Anyway, yeah. So
I
there
will
was,
shut
yeah. I mean, I was salaried, and there was a lot of days where I got everything done in the first few hours, and then it was just like kind of waiting for maybe another loan to work on. But you're basically just doing busy work or plugging numbers into spreadsheets or like whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a lot of
spreadsheets.
a lot of downtime, and I was not the only one. I mean, I think a lot of people are just kind of stroking. Like I mean, I had a lot of friends that I knew that just kind of like took their time, and because if you go fast, there's always going to be more work to do. So like,
Oh Christ, I hate that,
What's,
dude.
what's
Fuck,
the
I hate
what's the
that.
incentive, right?
what's the exactly
I
what is
hate
the
that
incentive?
thought. I hate that thought.
So I mean, it's I'm not proud of that attitude. It's
well, no,
not.
but it's
But I
like it's a different
understand. It's
form
what's
of
been-
factory work, dude. And
Yeah.
I worked in a wood furniture factory, and it was like the same thing. It's like, okay, I can come to work and bust which I would do. I would prefer to like go there. I had to be there.
Yeah.
I would rather be doing something because I felt like if you, even though like it was simple and menial, if I
Get
like
it done.
got it done, then you're not watching the clock, dude. I
Exactly.
don't know, but the difference is when you're sitting down at a desk in front of a screen, you have access to, I don't know, Google Earth,
I'll blow my brains
which
out,
is, I mean, can we get a real map here, by the way? Like you're following a anyways, we don't have to go down that route.
Yeah, I mean, this
But,
is
like, But you were saying that too. It's like,
obviously
can you
getting the
imagine
global
like how many
not
people
flat Earth.
nowadays? Is there people like under the desk like on fucking Facebook
constantly.
and shit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like having to hide it like a little kid.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
probably like a 40-year-old lady just like trying to like
yeah,
get
dude,
through
all the
it.
time. And like
playing Candy Crush. Or
yeah,
whatever
or
the
even
fuck.
on your
Oh.
computer, like you get the G chat going on, like you look like you're working, but really you're just chatting with your boy across the room.
And does
you know.
that feel
You're
good?
Fantasy football
you're like
picks
the guy
or-
from Parks and Rec, where he's like
Yeah,
staring out the window.
Dude,
like,
so
"What the fuck
if
is
you
looking
what
at, man?"
if you actually like what if that was your mindset? And I mean, is that cool? Maybe for some
not.
people that's
No,
cool.
it's
Like
not.
you're
No.
getting away
It's
with
not.
something.
It's
Like
not
you,
at all.
you make a career out of that. It's like, well, what did you actually do?
It's not cool.
No, it's not.
Well, I didn't do much. Awesome.
Because I say to myself,
that's like a prison sentence, dude.
because so a guy like Evan, who's a dope dude. Let me get this out of the way. First and foremost, Evan's a fucking dope ass dude. But
All right.
I say to myself, so
DAG,
my loan,
a dad, if you will. That's
my
what-
loan
yeah,
is gonna
that's
cost.
dope is.
My loan could cost, I don't know, fucking a little bit less if I eliminate some bullshit like middleman
Totally.
type shit. Like my loan could be a little bit less, like, so you look at it and you say like, hey man, I could pay this much less. Like you could literally, all of it could it not? And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of it could just straight up be computer, like.
Totally. And there's
NFL.
there's companies and apps out there that do that now. You
Yeah.
send them your tax return, plug in numbers, and
Is
it can
that-
generate what.
Is that what like Rocket Mortgage is?
Yeah. A lot of those will. If it's a small enough loan amount, they'll just take your credit score, and that's it. You can get money in a day, but that's maybe $1,000 or personal loan.
What do you think? What do you think is the benefit of face-to-face loan? Is there a benefit of face-to-face loan mortgaging?
I
Like,
think
is there-
I think in the business side of lending, it is important to kind of get a gauge of that person's character because they're the ones running the business, and they can provide you with financials that paint a pretty rosy picture, but they might be, you might be able to tell through a conversation whether they're the kind of guy that's gonna maybe steal a little bit under the table or whatever. Like, I think there's benefit to that. I think if you're just going into the bank to buy a house
And you
or
come in with shitty overalls.
right? See, that's the thing. Though. Like,
Have you followed through with like from start to finish with somebody who has like defaulted, who you thought was gonna be legit and defaulted, and you had to like be like, at first you thought it was like legit, then you had to be like, fuck, what the fuck's
Dude,
going
just
on?
a straight up
And,
two-faced scam
like,
artist.
or like, was it like it felt like and you
yeah,
got shited?
it's not. Yeah, in my experience, it wasn't somebody scamming us. It was just somebody that didn't know what they were doing. Maybe they came in and they said all the right things. They acted like they knew how to run a business, but after 2 yees, their business failed.
Yeah, it's bound to happen.
Whatever
Sure,
reason,
yeah,
but
I mean, Briffy's got a couple months left.
At best, bro.
so I
Yeah,
mean,
we're starting to take some down. Some
Yeah, we're
pictures
gonna.
down already.
Yeah. By the way, Evan, we're glad you're here because we're gonna knock some walls down and we're gonna change this into a actually get more of a pastry business going here.
Maybe this is a bad time to tell you guys, but the power actually got shut off about 45 minutes ago. I don't really know. I'm
We just
really
been
enjoying my
speaking
time
in
with you
We're
guys.
speaking of coal mics. We're in coal mics right now. So okay, what was your the point where you're like, fuck this, and would you ever get back into it?
the final. I mean,
Was there like a moment you were like, I'm done with this?
there
Boss comes
wasn't
in your
like
office.
a full breaking point where like somebody pissed me off to the point where I just told them to F off. It was like I kind of knew this was going to happen. Like I had like a year runway to kind of get my stuff figured out so that when I quit, then I was like rolling on to the next thing. But really, I think the final straw was when I had my first kid, and I just kind of realized, like, because I saw a lot of guys I worked with, they had families and, never saw their kids because they get home at, 6, 7, whatever, and it's bedtime. And it's like, I just kind of didn't really want that for my life.
Dude,
and
I have to. So, I'm sorry, but this is, I think maybe what you were gonna get at. You get the job. You don't necessarily like the job, but it pays well. And then you get the house, you get the cars, you get used to that living. You have a couple kids. Well, now you have to keep that job.
Preach.
Yeah.
Evan's got a pregnant wife at home. He's on the best block in the state. Dare I say,
The country.
the earth.
Yeah.
And,
Country. We're not going Earth, but we'll go country.
all right,
Okay.
all right, fair enough.
We'll go
And,
Dave's Travis country.
It's like you want to escape that realm before it's too late, right?
Right.
Because, dude, I've seen it before. It happened, dude. We've all seen it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get used to a certain
I was
standard
in
of
it.
living.
I was in it, motherfucker, dude. You were in
it?
I was in it. I'm still in it, motherfucker. I'm still in it. I'm in a fucking like, dude. If I wasn't like into a certain style of living, like I would fucking go work part time at Best Buy, bro. But
Yeah, stop buying
gotta
jerseys.
fucking live in it, man. No, I'm getting jerseys at like $15 a pop, okay? But dude, like, yes, I'm in it, man. I'm in it. Like that's how everybody gets in it. You get to that. It's the fucking equation. You get the promotion. You get the fucking nobody gets a promotion is like okay, cool. Like now I can keep living the style I was living at, but now I have extra money. It's like no. Now I'm gonna live above my means. Like you're just gonna keep living above your means.
Doesn't this all
It's
come
the-
back to loans?
It's the same.
You make this
fucking
much,
thing,
you're approved for
man.
this
It's the
much.
consumer mindset.
It's the
that
same fucking
it
thing,
gets
bro.
blasted at you all the time. And
Dude, and fucking
I mean-
50 years ago, maybe we have to go a little bit further back. Like when didn't people used to pay for shit in cash?
yeah, or very modest loans that they'd put like 50% down payment or whatever and pay that thing back.
But now
Quick
where's the money at though?
It's all on the
The
credit
loans.
cards, bro. It's all on the
Interest,
credit cards,
right?
man.
Oh yeah,
It's all on the credit cards.
Selling people the dream.
it's all in that
You can pay
interest
for that
margin.
later. You can get this today.
Right.
Every fucking car commercial, man. Financing.
it's the payment.
financing.
You're basically you're like selling your like time. You're just selling like a part of like your future. I don't even know how
Basically,
to describe
you're-
it. It's like
you're-
you're
you're
slaving
like
away. You're signing basically
You're just tying
Yeah,
more
you're-
like a
more
contract
weight-
with a
You're on
person
it.
you don't even know, like
You're
a
on
corporate organization you don't
You're on
know,
it. You're on it. This
like a
is
faceless company.
a mortgage is the same thing.
Yeah.
The same thing. It's saying like I'm willing to slave away to make sure that I pay you this amount so that I can have this house. It's the same
life
fucking
trap,
thing.
man. Life
It's
traps.
it
Life
is,
traps.
dude.
You are a
It really
slave to your
is.
debt.
Yeah. So what did you feel about? I only want to touch back on this just a skosh, but how did you feel about that? Like seeing people doing that.
I hated it, and I had a completely different mindset from a lot of the guys I worked with, which is it's always interesting to me because a lot of these bankers that I thought should know better were also falling into the trap and buying the new Lexus and buying the fancy house or whatever.
Evan,
When-
this is important. Because what were you driving to work?
I was driving a 1997 Geo Prism
Fuck it.
that I bought from my friend for $69.69.
69, 420. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Dude, so he's whipping into the parking lot.
No
But
muffler.
please tell me you had some fucking primo snow tires on that piece.
I did actually.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Bought it with the snow tires.
Love
and
that. I just put
Never swapped them out.
I just put $700 snow tires on my fucking 250,000 mile fucking Honda Civic.
I feel like that could
that's what I'm
somehow
talking
like
about,
worm our
bitch.
way into
Yeah.
like one of our rap lyrics because we're gonna start a rap group at some
Oh,
point.
excellent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what?
Oh yeah,
I rock
Yes, we
snow
will.
tires
Do one,
on the
brother.
whip all year long.
I'm like, oh, you're snow tires. I ain't going bald on you, bitch. All right. Anyway, so you weren't buying into that.
He's watching all
fucking-
these suckers pulling in with their nice cars.
yeah.
I've always driven beaters. I've always just tried to save a buck.
just straight scraping keys across their Lexus.
Oh, son, I love
Yeah.
that. Love
Did I
that.
do that?
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I mean, it was
That
just-
nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see. Dude, does anybody want to see their financial advisor or their loan accountant fucking balling through like just fucking
Cars are bad
running
investments.
money? Yeah,
Terrible.
Dude, anybody want to
Terrible
see
investment.
them just balling out of control, like just pretending to ball out of control when you pull into the parking lot? No,
And it's kind of a
man.
fucked up thing, like stockbrokers and shit. Like, it's all about the image. It's all about the fucking cufflinks.
Yeah, like,
Right.
It's all
hey,
about the.
I'm making you money to make me
cosmetics.
money. I'm making
Yeah,
you money.
exactly.
It's like,
It's
hey,
like
asshole.
the
Yeah.
fancier they look, in my, I guess, backwards way of thinking, it's that person is hosing the people that he's trying to help
Yeah.
more than the other guy. Like he's making more money because he's probably taking more of a percentage. I mean,
yeah, I don't want to see you living above your means. I want to see you being responsible, because then I know you're being responsible with my fucking money,
exactly.
man.
But most people don't think like that, though.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
They
why
see the
like,
fancy stuff and they think, dude, this guy's balling.
Yeah,
he's
this
gonna
guy's balling.
ball for me.
Caught up in an illusion.
That's why like Vinny Chase's accountant was like always in like a dark fucking smoky room. He's like,
for real.
why the fuck did you lease the Bugatti?
Yeah. But
You should have just paid for it. At least
Did
then
you
you
notice?
fucking owned it.
Did you notice he always had somebody fucking fluffing his eyebrows though? For real, like he's always had
Yeah,
somebody
that's
fucking. But he's like, Vinny, fuck.
But I love that, like, the accountant was like
Yeah.
a hometown dude from back
Right.
in Queens. That was like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure, man. So you saw both sides of it. So you were living the regular dude life, but you saw people fucking balling out.
I did, and the other thing I saw
because
was
in his breakfast cereal, he just sprinkled Salt Baed a bunch of red pills on it, and he's like, I ain't falling for this shit no more.
no, not falling for it. And the other thing I saw was if I had continued to stay there and move up and up and up, the best I could do is I got a slightly fancier office in a corner in the same shitty building with the same shared bathroom that always smelled like somebody just took a dump, and
Guilty.
making a little more money, but that just didn't do it for me. I'm still grinding. I'm still here 5 days a week or
Dude,
more, and
I see these motherfuckers across the street, First Bank Financial Center. It's like you got the big ass corner office, but I can see in.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that
You're
great.
still looking at the same fucking traffic I'm looking
Yeah,
at.
that just looks like room for more paperwork and shit.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
that baby movie I used to watch? It's with the baby, the office baby,
Boss Baby?
Oh, Boss Baby?
Remember?
Yeah.
He
Honestly,
wanted
I
to
love watching Boss
basically
Baby.
sell that kid out, and then once he finally gets
Yeah,
like his
Boss
big like
Baby.
house at the end, like his big like
Boss
store, like his big
Baby.
room with the corner space looking out the window, he realizes it's the same life.
Dude,
it's
That's a-
and it's
that-
actually harder
that
to
sounds
get
like
up
a good
to his big
message.
desk.
Yeah,
Dude, that movie. Have you seen that movie?
No,
Dude, it's
not.
crazy.
Baby?
You gotta,
Seen
you got,
Boss
dude.
Baby?
Forrest would
Oh,
love this
dude.
movie, man.
Oh yeah,
You
you
gotta
And you'll
watch
learn
Boss
something.
Baby.
You'll learn.
Alright.
Yeah,
So
it's
funny
so
about
good.
But dude, that scene where like
He
the
struggles to get
older
up to his big desk because
but the older brother writes him the letter. I mean,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, you'll love it. Dude.
Oh yeah, it sounds like
I
my
watched
cup
it
of
every.
tea.
Yeah,
but
it's
dude,
spot.
that
Dude,
part.
Alec Baldwin is the voice of a baby. It's dude, if you could have Alec Baldwin voice a baby, I'll watch that shit all day.
Dude, that
Fuck
part
that.
like
Fuck.
gets me in gets me deep every time, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's because he got red pilled at the end. He's like, you
Yeah,
know
he did.
what's actually
Yeah,
important?
for real.
This guy was all about status,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the movie, he realized, guys, just like I shared with you, Evan. I'm gonna throw you in on this group chat, by the way. Love is the answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
Here's the
that's
thing.
the only currency I'm concerned with.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Evan's the ultimate fucking boss red pill. So finish up. So okay, so you realize that like this was all bunch of bullshit. So what'd you do about it? What'd you do about it when you saw this was some fucking bullshit? What'd you do about it?
Well, so yeah, I saw it was a bunch of bullshit, and I didn't want to spend the next 40 years possibly getting to that corner office, which I didn't care about.
Smells like shit.
I mean,
Yeah, also
none of that stuff matters to me. And no, so I decided the only way to really take control of your future in your life is to own your own business or work for yourself, self-employed. So that's the path I decided to take. And yeah, so shortly after our son was born, I just kind of had that epiphany. It was like, you know what? And also after a long conversation with John across the street, decided I'm done with this, man. Like,
Did you yell at him across the street, or did you guys? Have
Yeah, this was from across the street. He was on his porch. I was on mine.
hey John,
fucking
F it, I'm out.
I love you, Evan. Do it.
Yeah. We should have more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so no, and it kind of coincided with my wife going back from maternity leave, so somebody needed to stay home and watch the kid. So it a lot of moving parts, but yeah, so I basically stayed home with our son and kind of got the wheels turning on this business while I was, watching him sleep, I guess. But, yeah, so I ended up with a buddy that's been in the business for a long time, starting our own kind of remodeling contracting company. And
I can edit this out, but this episode brought to you by Nailed It.
Nailed It Roofing and Remodeling.
Roofing and Remodeling.
Is that what your name is?
That's
Nailed
us,
It?
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Why would
nailed
you
it.
edit that out, man? Fucking nailed it.
Well, I don't know, dude. But
Now you're gonna
like,
have to edit that you said that. We're gonna have to edit it out.
Yeah, now you literally have to edit that out.
You know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll just take the L on that.
Or you could
I don't
do,
know why.
or
I
you
even
could
said
do
that.
what, like,
I just didn't know if I didn't want to
or you could
pressure
do what
him.
everybody else does and said they're gonna edit it out and
Exactly.
then don't
Leave
edit
it,
out.
yeah.
Dude, I don't really know how to do that much.
Yeah.
You know, this is DIY at this table right here.
Yeah.
So I
Nailed
just
It is fucking fantastic name.
Yeah,
by the
my
way,
buddy
like,
thought of
you
that. I
nailed it
can't take
there.
the credit,
But
but
you're gonna have to. You do realize now that you will have to go into a joint venture with my cousin and remodel my basement. So
Okay.
you're
Dude,
already
there you
locked
go.
in,
You
so
just got a
that's
job.
you just got
That's,
locked
that's
in.
what happens. It's the
Yeah,
magic of the Hell to Play
because-
podcast. You got the
yeah.
Hell to Play
Yeah.
bump right there.
Yeah, that's how.
You got
That's a
yourself
how
a
to
job.
play bump right
You want
there.
the job, you got the
Bro.
job.
That's a how to
Boom.
play bump.
the phones are going to be ringing
Like
off the
there's
hook
no
after
like
this.
there's no we won't be going into any business I don't know, like I don't have to look into you. You are already locked in. We're just locking you in right now and we just expect to be done by fall. That's it. Good
Love
to
it.
go. Yeah. So yeah, you're locked in.
So there we go.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to you in fall and we'll see how it goes. No,
Dude, anybody in the Wisconsin or really general Midwest or Middle East, Nailed It Roofing and Remodeling.
Yeah, for real.
There we
dude.
go.
For real, man.
Yeah.
Dude, love it, dude. I think your story is basically like
It ain't
a
over
story
yet,
that I
bro.
get a boner to because like I think that's fucking fantastic, man. You were in the banking industry and you're like, fuck this, fuck these guys, fuck these clowns, and you're like, I'm just gonna get my hands dirty and fuck this shit.
That's what I
dude.
always
Dude,
wanted
so
to
that
do. I
was
mean,
For real, man.
that was a
That's
very
awesome,
crude
man.
version. That's exactly what happened.
That
but
is
Evan is just
exactly
he's a nice guy and he's a genuine guy, and that's what I mean. You heard it throughout the whole story. It's like it's fucking kill. How many people don't give a second thought of the people that are walking in to like ruin themselves?
Oh yeah, right,
And, like,
right.
dude-
Giving the shit loans, dude, and that's why I kind of want to talk about The Pharmacist on Netflix. You gotta watch it.
This episode also
fucking guy,
also brought to you by The Pharmacist on Netflix.
Yeah, this fucking guy was noticing. Not only did his own son was killed from a drug deal and heroin, but he was noticing that these people were getting overprescribed these fucking drugs, which is no different than being over fucking approved for loans. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
What's even
drugs
more
and
poisonous
money.
about
drugs
that?
and fucking
Yeah,
money,
man.
dude. It's
But
the same thing, man.
I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe that I should watch this.
You should. You
This
should.
is
We
how
should
I
all.
understand
We
the
should
story.
all should.
Sounds
Okay.
like
It's
actual.
exact-
It sounds like real life.
It's pre Katrina fucking. It's the destruction of New Orleans and the OxyContin takeover.
So OxyContin enters the market, and it's overprescribed because they're just like, dude, they're fucking throwing this out like
pill
candy,
mills,
right?
Pill mills.
So
pill
then
mills.
the epidemic though comes in, and you tell me, dude, if this was all intentional and orchestrated. The overprescription, they're handing this shit out like crazy. And then what happened? The recall, because they knew people were getting addicted to it. So then they take it away. And then what happens?
Guess
Now
what?
they're hooked.
No. Let me pause you right there.
All right.
Guess what?
All right.
Guess what?
Okay.
Before the recall never happened. Guess what happened? Fucking Hurricane Katrina happened.
Bitch.
Change of fucking nobody's looking at what's going on. Hurricane Katrina happened. I'm not saying they
The government
generated a
controls
hurricane. I'm not saying they generated. I'm just saying that the hurricane was fucking pretty
Convenient.
convenient. Thank you.
What
Thank
you're
you,
saying is it possible they used this natural disaster?
because then everybody coming out of this disaster was fucking coping with this, which, like, yeah, I'd be like, I'll have a couple of cocktails if this shit would happen to me.
Wait, so they were prescribing OxyContins for like depression and shit? You're saying?
This is based off a real story. This is real. Oh, this is real. I thought it was like a. I thought it was like an episode show.
No, you gotta watch. You gotta watch The Pharmacist on Netflix. Like this is a legit, great story, and like basically, like this guy in 2001 already he called out the opioid epidemic much before it was declared an epidemic in 2011. And this guy called it out in 2001. Yeah. So what happened? When this guy basically when he broke through and broke the story, Hurricane Katrina happened. Like right then, like right in his fucking right when he
September.
finally got,
Wait,
it was 2000. It was 2005.
Is that weather control?
It was April, September. It was September 2005.
September, August or September?
August.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
Like late August.
And that happened.
'Cause we were driving through that shit, dude.
Yeah, because you guys were right fucking there. You
And not
guys
through
were
the
there whole
hurricane,
time.
but the aftermath,
Yeah.
when everything was under martial law and shit.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
anyway, but so everybody needs to watch The Pharmacist. It is 3 episodes. I think it's 3 episodes, 45-minute episodes, and it is a fantastic thing.
These stories are important because they're disgusting.
They are,
And that's
they
how-
they really are. And what Evan's talking about with even giving people loans, like, so this guy is seeing. This guy's a pharmacist. He's not a doctor. He's a pharmacist, and he is noticing that these people are being overprescribed drugs. And Evan would notice when people are being
Manipulated.
Overprescribed.
Overprescribed. Yeah.
right? Is
Yeah.
that not the same thing? And it's giving them, and it's giving people lifelong debt. Correct?
Correct. Both things have a way of ruining people's lives in their own fashion. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess I had a different mindset on it because
Dude, you take on
I
the debt,
avoid
you
debt like
take
the
on the
plague,
pills.
and a lot of my cohorts took on a lot of debt.
I wanted
And
to ask.
they were more
Wanna ask.
willing than you to, because you were seeing this type of fucking shit, and you were saying like, whoa, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And other people were like, hey, man, the bank needs to make money. We need to make money and just dole out these loans, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
while Evan was trying to turn these guys on to the truth and trying to get them to see the path, they were trying to tell him about fucking Farmville and Snapchat filters.
Exactly.
And he said,
Yeah.
okay,
Christ.
if that's what you guys want to do. Now, Jackson, you had a question.
Yeah. But I was going to change complete subject, so.
Oh, please.
Okay.
No, okay. So I just want to know, like, how did you get into contracting? Like, were you always interested in that? Like, how did
Yeah.
you change? That's those are completely
different.
things.
Good question.
Excellent question.
I always have been a bit of a tinkerer. Worked on a lot of cars and stuff in high school, and that kind of just carried through my whole life. I've done a lot of DIY stuff. Helped my father-in-law flip a couple houses.
Mad respect.
Wife and I flipped a house. Got involved in real estate kind of through the bank. I met a couple guys that I learned a few things from. So owned a couple properties, and that's kind of how I got into it. Just from doing things myself, I learned quite a bit. And then the guy that I went into business with has actually been working for a roofing contractor for 5 or 6 years prior to us starting this. So he was really the true brains of the operation.
Okay.
As far as the getting the work done, and I've just been working closely with him and some of the guys on our crew for past year and a half. And
Do you
been picking it
automatically
up.
know it was like right for you?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I love working with my hands. You leave work and you see the
Yeah, much more
result of your
fulfilling.
efforts
Much
and-
more
yeah.
fulfilling. Yeah, probably, right? I would
Way more,
assume
yeah.
with the
it's
physical
a
aspects,
It's a creative industry.
Yeah.
right?
It is, yeah.
I mean, you're
Nobody's-
actually building.
You're
something.
using your
Nobody's
You are
nobody's
literally
gonna
doing
subconscious.
nobody is gonna like try and dispute the fruits of your labor. Like you build this thing or you do this thing, like that is just like that's your
it's
jam.
it's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, completely different, totally 180 shift in careers.
Dude, this is a real life Peter Gibbons Office Space.
It is
scenario.
real, dude. Like, yeah, you don't have the like $500,000.
Dude, once he exited the bank,
whatever.
these guys formulated their strategy. They got the baby at home.
Yeah.
They're putting together the business model. They know what they're doing. And then they get to that point. You guys are probably throwing up your first roof, and you're sitting there, and Peter looks at you, and he says, "Fucking A, man." And you look back at him, and you said, "Fucking A."
We did.
That's
We had those moments,
Dude,
And
that's
I love it.
you kind of have to
Fucking love
pinch,
it.
to pinch
Dude, so
yourself.
proud.
huh?
Also, shout out to Peter. Great guy.
Proud of you, bro, dude. So
Thank you.
proud of you
Fuck
for
yeah,
doing
dude.
that, man.
It's-
Dude, super proud of you, man. Because you are what we all want,
Dude,
and need.
I'm telling you, man.
We need you, dude. Evan, we
More of
need
them.
you, bro. We need.
DL,
we need
Jackson,
people.
I'm
who
telling
are
you,
wood,
this
bro.
guy. Look where we are right now.
We need.
This is inspiration from this guy who came in to
Yeah.
our lives
Yeah.
at like just the right time. I feel like,
So proud of you, man.
dude,
Dude,
we
it's-
taled about it and he did it, and I was
Dude,
like,
you
fuck yeah, I
fucking
want to do
did
that
it,
too.
man. You fucking did it, bro.
It's within everybody's
yeah.
being, I think to go out and hunt and kill and eat whatever
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and it's just a different feeling when you're out there. If you don't sell the roof or you don't work that day, like you don't make money, and it just makes you hungry. It makes you want to go and work and do what
It's
you're
just
doing.
different
Yeah,
when you're
that's-
hustling for yourself.
Exactly.
And not only for yourself, but for your family.
Exactly.
And that
you feel
is
good
a
about
that's one of the bastardizations of the government wants to make us sufficient, not self-sufficient, but more like reliable. Like we want to rely on the government.
Dude,
You
that's
know,
why
like
they
want
sell
us,
you the
they want to make
dream
a
of
bunch of beta cucks, and
Right,
you know,
dude.
like just fucking relying on the government's teat and not being able to, dude, you literally like were like, listen, man, I don't want to fucking do this bullshit anymore. I'm gonna go be more self-sufficient, and like that is you are the what the government does not want to happen. Like you are what the government is. You are the epitome of anti-establishment, and you are fantastic, and you are what needs to happen with everybody. You need to people need to be more self-sufficient.
Dude, it's a
and
great story.
It's fantastic.
It's a great
I love
American
it.
story.
They don't want you to
Yeah.
know how to grow your own food.
No,
That's
they don't.
right.
They don't.
Jackson,
even- They don't.
thank you.
They don't.
Great segue. If you guys can just bear with me just for a second, I'm gonna get down. This is maybe gonna sound like some weird like hippie bullshit, but are you ready for this?
I'm so
Go with
ready.
it. Just go with it.
Okay, so
Don't fuck it up.
okay, thanks. Fuck. Okay, so like selling you the dream, like I feel like maybe the tide is turning. I think it's just our group of friends, but like, what is the dream? Like the dream is there's this unrealistic, really not soul fulfilling picture painted about big houses and nice cars and don't get me wrong, dude. If you get like a nice job and you just like make a bunch of money, then go ahead and treat yourself. But the poisonous part about that is that there are loans and things available that can make you look like you've attained this certain status and certain success that make you look like you're feeling the part. And also, dude, and the forms of entertainment and the shit that's shoved down your throat is like, dude, how much does it cost to go to really ball out at like a sporting event and stuff like that? Which that shit is fun and it's cool. And I'm not saying nobody should do that, but
It's more
stuff that
be.
spends that costs so much money, where you're like, you might be slaving away at a job you hate to like, and you might be like overextended on loans and everything else, and then you treat yourself to like a $700 weekend or something, or $1,000 just like balling out. Where
Family of four, $700 to get you a brewer game at this point.
right, if you really want to like ball out hard, you know what I mean? And why are we sold this? This kind of goes to what you were talking about, how we have the power, because so basically you're paying money, and I'm just using. Let's just roll with the sporting event thing. Like, I'm gonna treat my family to a really good time out, so I'm gonna take them to a fucking Brewer game where we'll be force fed. Like you're paying too much for like beer. You're paying
$25 parking.
Dude, you're paying too much for parking. You're
$20.
Everybody's making money off of the thought of this is what you have to do to treat your family. Like spend a bunch of money. Meanwhile, they're forcing advertising in your fucking face. When, dude, this goes back to like, what's the most punk rock shit you can do?
Not go to that shit.
Be with
bro.
nature. Fucking do something for free. Take a fucking walk.
Right.
Dude, maybe go
to
watch the
Glacial
local
Drumlin. Go to Glacial Drumlin or fucking go to the...
Maybe go watch the Silver Eagle softball team in Watertown, Wisconsin. Throw back up maybe a 25-cent bag of popcorn.
Grab your boys and ride your bike up to the Lapham Peak Tower.
Thank you. This episode also brought to you by Evan and John's tower hike and Jackson.
Yeah, I went up there and it looked flat to me.
We should also...
I'm pretty sure it's high enough.
We should also go punk rock and start calling it Lapham instead of Lapham.
Was that dumb?
Lapham.
Does that make sense? Did that rant kind of make sense?
No, that
Do you know
rant.
what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Dude, it is because, dude...
Like what you're
We
sold
talk
is
about
actually a
this
good
all the
time.
We talk about this all the fucking time. Dude, I will never take my fucking family to a Blackhawks game because it will cost me $1,000 to take my family to a Blackhawks game. And that fucking sucks. I will never take them because it won't be worth it, because Nora will say, well, this is cool. Anders will be like, nah, I'm fucking 2 and fuck this. And it will be a fucking waste of time.
Dude,
because
hold
it's
up.
not fucking worth it.
Well,
But there's so many people who say that they take their children or their family to this shit because it is a status fucking symbol. All this stuff is, and I said this on one of our last episodes.
You got 25,000 people posting selfies with their family, just trying to prove they were there.
Dude, if it didn't happen, if you couldn't post on it, would you go? Because a lot of people wouldn't go to that shit if they couldn't post. If I told you couldn't post on this shit, if you went there, would you still go? And they wouldn't fucking go because they don't care about the actual interaction with what's going on. They only care about what other people fucking think is going on in their lives, and that's the fucking social media.
And the other the people don't care. They scroll, they like the post, and they don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. I go on my phone.
Nobody cares.
I go on my phone for an hour. I can't remember what I did.
Nobody
cares.
Nobody cares.
I don't remember.
I love this
but
shit,
if I read a book, I remember that.
It's a lot of nobody cares. The people that are with their family that are posting the photos don't care, and you don't fucking care. Nobody cares.
Dude,
Nobody cares.
Let me tell you though, because we all do know that you get some likes on a post. Dude, I know. Like, I'll post tattoos. Like, I get a little.
They say it's addictive.
Rush,
It's
but
addiction.
where this is the thing that makes me feel good. But what I wish that I could get a little screenshot of what they were doing when they liked it, and I'll tell you what they were doing.
Taking a shit.
That's
Taking a
right.
dump.
That's right. They were, and they just scrolled right past. They might have looked at it for two. They might have accidentally bumped the screen twice while reaching around the wife.
I don't know.
Right.
All right, Jackson.
They could have.
I can only hope that that's what happened. That's like the ultimate like. If that was the screenshot, I'd be like, that's enough for me.
2 likes.
For real.
That's 2 likes.
For real, and you've said that the amount of time you put into like make sure you take the perfect photo of your work of art. You know, like
I always take shitty pictures.
But the amount of time that you spend trying to take like the perfect photo, like, because you fucking put that time in.
I have actually had this idea, which maybe it could be cool, is I almost think that the better idea, at least for like tattoo pictures, is I should take the fucking picture with a Polaroid where it's a one and done, and then take a picture of the Polaroid. Then I don't have to worry about how it looks. Like, that's just how so I'm taking a picture of a picture. Seems silly, but
right.
Dude.
But what's sad is that it is though, like, that's what everybody's.
But let me tell you this too, like,
I've seen a lot of good photos of a lot of good I've seen a lot of good photos of tattoos and a lot of shitty photos of tattoos.
Well, if we're talking tattoos specifically, that's what's kind of funny. I don't have some like crazy following, like not at all.
Yeah.
But I'm busy. I'm super busy. Dude,
well.
with tattooing, it's all word of mouth anyway. So like the social media thing, it's just like a fun game to play.
Right.
Which is why it's bullshit, man. It's like it's bullshit. Now, I do set up appointments and stuff because it's a avenue for communication, but like the actual, like of course you want to have like a portfolio and stuff like that, but like there's the whole game of like it's poisonous, man. And it's just sad because so many people, you can get caught up in that. You can get same with like, dude,
We gotta think
happy
about
family
my
photos
my wife
and stuff
is
like
just
that.
getting into the whole, like the stuff.
Are you talking about this episode brought to you by Details by Sarah
Details
Jane?
by Sarah Jane at Details by Sarah Jane. Like she will detail your life. Like she will turn you to a. She will make everything look great for you, but like it's about the fucking photos, man. It is about like how the photos look.
It is
Let's
pretty
go back.
toxic how
It can
basically we're all forced to have social media in a way, because like some things you like can't do without it. That now it's like that's how you do it now.
That is true. Like having a business,
Like having a business,
you kind of need to be on it.
yeah.
I do have to say,
It is very convenient. It's awesome. I mean, social media is great though, if used in moderate.
I will never dog social media because it is.
no, dude, it's
It's
awesome.
great.
It's 100%
Yeah.
great.
It's-
It's
and
100% great.
it
You
only
just
can-
gotta
For
use it. You
networking,
gotta use it.
yeah.
You gotta.
It could
You gotta
deteriorate
exploit
you, or it could like put you on the fast track.
You gotta exploit it. You gotta
It
treat it like
only-
your bitch.
It
It's who
only
you follow.
controls you if you let it.
You have the power ultimately.
You
It's
gotta
about
treat it
discipline.
like a bitch.
Yeah.
You gotta treat it like your bitch. You gotta treat
tell it when it's
social
time to
media
stop.
like your bitch.
Worship the ground it walks on. I don't really understand.
Yeah.
what you're, I'm not
What do
really
you
sure
mean by
what
that?
No
you're
comment.
I'm lost here. All right. Anyways, dude, you're talking Blackhawks game. Let's talk about like the Disney World vacation. Now, Evan, how many people came into the fucking bank taking out loans to go to motherfucking Disney
Are you
World?
serious, bro?
I don't remember seeing.
I was
I
really
mean,
hoping you were gonna
I-
kind of have my back.
I did. You know what I did see though? I did see credit reports that had loans from Disney or Disney timeshares. Oh, that was another good one.
Timeshare.
Yeah.
Parents
You know
love
what? This was
timeshares.
actually the firefighter. He had 2 Disney timeshares, and they were
2 timeshares.
like 20 G's a piece.
I guess
Like,
you could say he was a
Per
two-timer.
year?
not per year, but like that was like basically what the loan was, and they had to
okay.
pay that back over I don't remember how many years, but it was
Oh my god.
dude, it was a lot of money coming out so that they can go down to Disney for a week.
Holy
Damn,
fuck, dude.
bro.
Or
And
two,
he was probably like, well, based on $1,000 per person, this blah 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 blah. But he never thought about like, oh yeah, it also costs us like $1,500 per person to get there. Like, fuck off,
Yeah.
Dude, remember that? Did you see that? Like, it was like called like Queen of Versailles or something like that. The Netflix documentary.
Oh, yeah, I saw
You
that.
Dude, it's so crazy, man.
That house.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, long story short, this dude basically built like a timeshare empire. This would be worth watching, man. It's
timeshares.
almost like
Don't watch it before you watch Pharmacist.
I
okay?
don't know. Yeah. Pharmacist first.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have a pecking order here of what you need to watch. Number 1, watch your fucking mouth. Queen of Versailles. They started a documentary because they were like building like the biggest house in Florida, or was it like the biggest house in the nation or something?
Yeah, it was the biggest house I think. In the
And as they were building this house, and it's like a documentary about their life and just how like this dude is just balling hard.
So like the Palace of Versailles, like the in
Well,
France, like the Palace.
they called the house the Queen of Versailles.
Because
and
the
it-
Palace of Versailles is like a ball.
Yeah, I think
that's
it was a
like
play off
France.
of that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
but this is like Florida, and this dude.
Oh shit. Okay.
So this dude like was just like old dude, super rich, timeshare empire, and she was like kind of like a rags to riches story, you know. So she's like, you kind of watch this, like, this lady is just so out of touch with reality. You know, it's kind of nasty as you're watching anyways. She's not a nasty person, but it's just like, wow, like, this is just, it's kind of disgusting because it's so much excess. Now,
her disregard for normal life is, that's what gets you into it.
Right. Yeah. But because what's important now is when this documentary takes place, because it takes place during the, like, economic crash. So then they, like, dude, they almost lose everything. They are so over, even though they are worth, like, millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like, even now they have to, like, cut back on shit. Dude, it's insane.
Huge
like,
fan of that.
Yeah, they couldn't finish the house.
Yeah.
They ran out of. It was a $100 million house, and they ran out of. Dude, timeshare empire collapsed.
Dude, collapsed.
Yeah.
So this documentary still follows this whole story. It's like, dude, I mean, it's fucking nuts, dude. And I mean, we don't have to find a conspiracy and everything, but it's almost like
we need to.
It's almost like that camera crew.
It's more
but
fun,
we need to.
Yeah, but like the camera
But we
crew,
should, and we have to.
the camera crew that was with like that fire department, probably the guy that Evan was working with in New York City, like when 9/11 went down. Yeah, like documenting like life on the job, you know, in the New York City Fire Department, and then like on 9/11, like, you know, just convenient, I guess. But just, anyways, back to like the Queen of Versailles documentary thing. It's just like,
so it's called Queen of Versailles. It's called Queen of Versailles,
right?
Yeah.
Something like
because
that. Okay,
the Versailles is like, I was at that. I was in France at the Palace of Versailles. Like, that's a baller ass fucking place, man. That's cool. That's cool as hell.
The only reason I brought up the Disney World thing, because that's another great example. That's a dream, dude. If you can afford it and you can like afford it easily, and you're gonna go and you're just gonna live it up and have a great time, then fucking go for it. But
you can afford it easily. Nobody can afford fucking Disney easily. Like, nobody said like I can easily afford fucking Disney, man. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that shit, man.
I bet you there's a lot of assholes.
Fuck them motherfuckers, dude. And we even went a couple years ago.
I'll bet
like,
you every motherfucker
them,
on the Epstein flight logs could handle Disney World real easy.
Yeah, they were getting. Oh, dude, we're not gonna get into that, but they were getting Disney shipped into them. Okay,
they were
getting Disney shipped into them.
It was more of a business trip because they were actually extracting
Disney was getting exported to them. They weren't getting imported to Disney.
So, anyways, like
Walt Disney,
my point
NASA,
being, like,
Walt Disney fucked, Warner von Braun
Nazi.
fucked. Yeah, all of them fucked.
I'm just saying, the people that, okay, you work a shitty job that you hate. You
I love my job.
I'm sorry. I was looking at you, but I wasn't talking about you.
I'm kidding. I love my new job.
So, some guy, let's just call him Melvin something or other. He, actually, that's a bad example because that man is worth at least $7 million. So, that's a bad example. Okay, so a man or woman takes their family to Disney World. They don't necessarily like their job. Brad, sure. No, Brad, you know Brad, Chad, Thad.
Brad, Chad,
Kyle,
Thad.
they can all afford it.
Just call it
Thad?
it. Just say it. Just it.
Okay.
Just it, dude.
It
you gotta
takes the family to Disney World, and it doesn't enjoy the job that they are slaving away at, but it thinks that taking their family to Disney World is like the ultimate treat. And actually, our good neighbor, another fellow Davidian, Ross, did take his family to Disney World.
Love Ross Dora.
Dude,
shout
out Dad Brain Podcast.
Dad Brain
This
Podcast.
episode also brought to you by Dad Brain Podcast.
Dad Brain Podcast. Love Dad Brain Podcast.
So Ross did it the right way. They took their family to Disney World. He planned out everything down to make the most of it, because that's what you got to do. You got to have a strict itinerary, and that's kind of the dad brain he has. Like, he does it right. And I asked him, how many its he saw that I was just, in the middle of describing, that take their fucking family to Disney World. It's supposed to be fun. It's Florida. It's fucking hot. It's stressful. Overstimulation. And there's families just breaking down. Mom's got her fucking fanny pack on. She's fanning herself with God knows what. The kids are crying, laughing, and the dad's just like, you're supposed to be having fun. You have any idea how much this shit cost me? You have any fucking idea?
Isn't that hard? Did you get along?
Yeah.
Stop fucking pulling your sister's hair.
Griswolds, bro. Griswolds, man.
Totally.
Dude, I'll tell you.
You put so much pressure on a moment when really, what should you have done?
I got no honest. I got no
kiddie
fucking
pool, crack a bush light,
dude.
and
I
just fucking
I
spray
have
the kids
Rent
with
a
the hose.
paddleboard and get out on the.
I have zero fucking. I got zero
Live the
fucking
lower
shame
life.
in saying like, where was I in fucking all the family get-togethers? I was like, where the fuck is the booze, Bruce? Like, give me the beer, man. Like, dude, the worst case Ontario was, yeah, I know it was the fact that like Magic Kingdom didn't sell beer, man. That was fucked, dude.
Wait.
That was fucked.
What?
Worst case scenario?
Yeah, that was, dude. Magic Kingdom didn't sell beers, man. That was fucked.
Oh, yeah, dude, they don't sell
man.
beer.
I was
dude.
like, give me the fuck out,
Dustin,
dude. I was
Dustin.
I literally tipped over Space
Cinderella.
Mountain. I tipped it over. I just grabbed it and tipped it over.
Well, yeah, because
You ever
it's
tipped
Space
over
Mountain,
Space
which
Mountain?
means
No, I
it's
tipped
fake
it
as
over.
fuck.
Yeah, I just fucking grabbed it and tipped it. Yeah. First of all, I said this is flat as fuck, and I grabbed it and fucking sent it. And then I said like, y'all ain't fucking sending no beers. Fuck you. And then I said I went to that fucking thing where it was the future thing, and I was like, the future is now. Fucking just sent it.
Sounds like you're a real Quasimodo at that park.
Yeah, I was not invited back.
No. Also important to mention that, and you'll appreciate this, that Ross, Dad Brain Podcast, did plan his trip accordingly around areas of the park that did serve alcohol.
Fantastic.
So, yes,
dude.
he
So
got it down
nice.
to the nuts.
That's
Dude, and he
So
did all
it
this
was-
planning. You guys also appreciate this. He did all this planning at work.
fantastic. Oh, dude,
That's where I used to do all of my
get paid,
planning.
baby. Get paid, baby. Dude, but yeah,
Bought properties while I was at work.
get
Nice,
get at that fucking that one place where you can just tour the world and just get shots of tequila and shit like that. Do that.
Yeah, dude, I think that's a tour. in
Because
Mexico.
like fuck my life.
Is that the Kalahari Resort?
yes,
Dude,
that is
yeah.
Kalahari, and you just
Taking-
bring a bunch of beers.
Dude, yeah, just taking shots in the lazy river.
Also, the
Evan, real
Iron
quick
Wolf,
question.
fucking one place.
Oh, Six Flags Great America?
Yeah. The Gurney Iron Wolf.
Evan, where was it that you took your contractor exam?
Really,
Is this a fucking
Is that
thing?
not-
I was
Is
sitting at
this
a desk
thing?
somewhere, you know.
Sitting at a desk
what are you
somewhere.
doing? Like, is that a fucking quiz or what, man?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Damn. We
slow,
got push.
slow day in the
You're the
office.
business.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I love it.
I mean,
Dude,
it was,
are we missing the slam dunk contest?
it was the
tonight?
hardest I worked
Yeah.
in.
We're missing it.
Christ, how do we not have that up today? Christ, we missed slam dunk contest.
They're not even good
Weren't
players
you
at
trashing
Duncan.
the slam dunk contest on the last
Yeah,
episode? Or was
bro,
that two
you-
I
episodes
probably
ago?
called it
Talking
bullshit.
shit
Dude,
on that.
Was it
I'm gonna watch it still.
Wasn't
All right,
Connaughton
all
in
right.
there? Or
Connaughton, I love that, dude.
Yeah, come on.
That's awesome.
I gotta take a.
Pat
Love that
Connaughton?
fucking-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he
Connaughton.
is. Yeah.
Carl, can I?
dude, I thought I saw a picture of like the people that were in. I think he's in the
Yeah,
dunk
he's in
contest,
it. He
which
is in it. He
I
is
hope
in
he
it.
was in it. I hope he
delegitimizes
trashed.
the entire thing.
Well, what do you guys think? Okay, so we'll switch gears to we won't go full conspiracy because I wanna get just a little bit. I want to get a little bit conspiracy, but
I
we'll,
do.
we'll just
I
go
wanna-
into. What do you guys think of? You guys have anything to say about the NBA All-Star? What do you guys think about Kobe? What are your thoughts about Kobe?
Loved watching Kobe. You know, back in
Oh.
high school.
Agree.
Kobe's a boule, for sure.
Right, he was black. He was a black boule reject for sure.
I think that the whole Kobe.
Reject, you think?
Reject.
What?
I was just saying he rejected the black boule. Hence why he died.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Evan. Sorry.
No, I think that the whole I guess the post Kobe world is just I don't mean to sound insensitive, but it just seems like it's a little overkill. It's like everything that I've seen has been Kobe 100 for 2
I know
weeks
that-
now, and it's
Couldn't agree more with you.
I see like people that don't aren't even like a fan of the NBA, and just to get like
Yeah.
a token of clout, they just have a post on them. Like,
I got
oh,
Kobe tattooed.
yeah,
before,
I
oh my
Kobe-
God.
yeah.
Yeah, hate it.
People are getting tattoos of them.
It's no different than like.
I
when
think we
something,
talked
like,
about this, but
it's-
yeah,
we probably touched on
we
it, but
did.
it's no different than when like David Bowie or fucking Prince, any of those guys die. They're like, oh man, I watch every game that Kobe played.
Everybody comes out of the
It's
woodwork
Mhm.
pretending like they care, and
Purple Rain, baby.
all they're
Choose
trying
my
to-
life.
Yeah,
they're just trolling for likes.
Oh, they are, dude. And we talked about that on a lot. Like, dude, it is literally people who are like trying to get you to feel bad for them for feeling bad for somebody they never met's death. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude.
trolling for likes, for feeling bad for trolling for likes.
And then if you don't
check
make a
this out.
post, it's like, oh, you
oh,
like
you
Kobe?
hater?
Kobe?
You
You
hater?
hear about
You
Kobe?
hater?
Yeah.
You hater?
What,
Yeah.
you don't like helicopters?
Yeah, what are you? What are you, a helicopter? You're a pro helicopter, huh?
You
You're
know
a
what,
fucking
guys?
piece of shit.
We need to ban helicopters. That's the whole point.
Why
Dude.
wasn't he on a plane? Is the
Also,
Like a jet,
That
a
guy had
private
never
jet?
flown. That guy
Because,
had.
dude, a helicopter can land like right there. A plane,
Let's
you
get
need a
into-
runway.
Oh,
Dude, let's
okay,
get into
I
it,
see.
dude. Let's get into the whole fucking thing. Let's just get into it.
helicopters
Dude.
are
Let's get
dope.
into it. Let's get
Helicopters
into
are
it.
dope. Okay.
Hold on.
Helicopters are dope as fuck.
Real quick, I just need to I just thought of this. So, when you post your Kobe Memorial or Prince Memorial or Tom Petty Memorial, whatever it is, whoever famous
Who the
died, you know,
fuck
that you
was
have
Tom?
actually no connection to, and you what? Oh. Anyways, yeah,
JKL.
they John Klug, laugh out loud.
John Cougar.
They so when you post that picture, it's almost like I'm so sad. Look how sad I am. And then with every like
Acknowledge
with
me.
every like you see, it's like you got your head like buried in your arms, like oh I'm so sad. And then like every like you're kind of like looking up to see who's
Yeah,
looking.
dude.
You guys give a shit how sad I am.
It's heads
over
up,
here?
7 up. It's heads up, 7 up.
Yeah, dude.
It's heads up, 7 up for likes.
It is.
It is for real. Like, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Everybody wants people to feel sorry for
Dude,
them. Everybody
nobody
wants
should
be
be
the
able to
victim.
post about a celebrity dying, like, because, like, you should just fuck off.
I really don't like. I don't think I should really like skip a beat over someone I never knew personally that died.
Bing fuck yo. Yeah.
Unless they're like
Agreed.
someone, yeah. That
Because you can, like, you can feel sad about the fact that they died, but if you feel bad about they died,
like if
go-
you lose
go
sleep, if
fucking-
you lose sleep over,
dude,
like
invest your emotions somewhere else.
in
Now,
your
hold on.
family or
Hold
something. I
on.
don't know.
Hold
fucking
on.
your
Hold
job.
Dude, what? What
I
are you gonna
feel
say?
like-
You gonna eat some chops? Are you gonna eat some chops?
Dude, I got my bib on. I got my fork in
Eat
one
some
hand,
fucking
knife in the
chops.
other. I'm ready
eat
to
some fucking
eat some
chops.
fucking
Here we
chops.
go. Okay, what are you gonna eat some
I
chops
feel
on?
like there's certain celebrities that are inspirational to people for who they are, not for the game they played. I think that's where it gets dicey.
If you think about it, it's just a ball and like he's putting in. A
well,
hoop.
yeah,
It's,
and like,
it's not
dude,
heroic.
you can break it down any way you want. I mean, we like to watch them, but it's a game.
It is. When you think about it,
I'm just saying there's certain, like music, I almost think there's an exception there because you're connecting with someone on an emotional level. Like, I don't think I've ever, like, I've seen some pretty sick dangles from one P. Kane, but not a single one that made me want to, you know what? I really need to get some time with my wife.
Are you saying
and,
if DJ
you know.
PK died right now, you wouldn't be sad?
Oh shit! That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Blackhawks. Phil, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. Phil, you're the musician that inspired me. That's exactly.
PK,
who-
we love you. PK, we love you.
cannot
Dude. You are
believe
tied to us
I
so
walked
many ways.
myself
In
in
so
that.
many ways, we love you so much.
I'm talking about one Patrick Kane of the
Yes,
Chicago Blackhawks.
okay.
You know what I mean?
All right,
Like,
yeah,
you watch a person like, and you know you can like say like you know I just the
Yeah.
way they played the game.
it's
Fuck
an
that,
art.
dude.
It's an
Dude,
art.
but the way he
'Cause they have
dangled
so
last
much-
weekend was fucking filthy.
That
So-
is
but
art.
yes, yeah, even me, I would.
But
like,
did that make you
but
want to
dude,
like go
I'm
to
a-
work
Okay,
and like you know what I'm gonna be the best
dude,
goddamn
I'm a
fucking-
terrible
dishwasher.
judge for that because, dude, I will fucking if it's not like my like my immediate friends, like you bros sitting here, or like my immediate family, like I will disengage fast as fuck. So like if Patrick Kane, heaven forbid, love you motherfucker, if he died tomorrow, I wouldn't cry. Okay, so I would disengage. Like,
anybody want to take that bet?
Yeah, I'll take the over on tears.
Dude, but I'll
just
I'll
put a
disengage.
hex on
I'll
him.
disengage. I would disengage. That's all I'm saying. That's Zal's I'm saying.
I hope that doesn't happen either, but just in case, I'll prepare for the flip.
Okay, so how we get it? Okay, so how we get on this fucking discussion? How we get on this?
I don't know, man.
Kobe, I think.
We were talking about Kobe. Okay, so Kobe, like his helicopter driver had never even fucking flown in the thing, and then if he would have pulled one little maneuver, he would have been out of it, good to go. Kobe was definitely the fucking martyr for the NBA. So Kobe was supposed to be the NBA's fucking bitch, and NBA is not. Now it's LeBron. Prove me wrong.
Change my
See,
mind.
these athletes have descended so they're basically worshipped like gods, and it pisses me off. Like they're supposed, like they should be like they're people. Like you used to be able to according to like Grandpa Tom used to, or like you used to be able to just like walk up to the players and have a conversation with them. But now
John
it's
McCargo.
like you're like you're worshiping because they're getting paid millions of dollars and they don't care.
Dude, don't we all see through the facade now? I do.
I do.
Like, come on.
We do.
Like nobody. We're all human, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what, dude. Like Dustin, that's
Like
what
all
you've
souls
been
are equal.
preaching. Well, Dustin's been preaching this. It's like we have the power as the fans. You know, it's like
we
why
just
do
fucking
dude,
stop showing up.
Dude,
They can't like live without us.
Just stop showing up. Stop showing up for one fucking day. Stop showing up. Fuck off.
Yeah, the shit really doesn't matter.
Stop showing up.
Okay, and this is bothering me. You know, we have been so excited about the XFL, and I watched my first like XFL part of a game today, and I felt like I was watching a fucking Madden simulation, and I'll tell you why. How uninspired are these team names and uniforms?
Right?
It's dude, it's as if you're like the create a team logos
like
and
the-
shit.
Yeah, oh, they
I like
are.
the
They
XFL.
are literally the
I
creative
love
team.
the
I
idea
do.
of the.
That's a
I
great-
do.
that's a
I
great
love
phrase.
the idea of
Yeah.
the XFL.
Oh,
I love it.
The idea.
You would think the design team would be
it's a classic. It's a classic, great idea. But the fact that you
Dragons versus the Vipers.
said, yeah,
Battlehawks.
your comp is spot on. The idea that they want is perfect, but it's not gonna work because football doesn't fucking work like that. The football doesn't work like baseball. You don't just get to be like, we're gonna run this pitcher out for 3 innings and see how he runs. It just doesn't fucking work like that. Football is a beast. It's a crazy game. You are gonna come from Alabama. Alabama is the AAA of football. Okay, you are the XFL will not be Alabama. Alabama is the
It doesn't
the
work
AAA.
like that.
Dude,
because
how about-
play calls like
How about
Alabama,
this?
Alabama, the SEC, the ACC, all that shit is the fucking XFL.
Dustin, this is excellent. You know, I mean, you nailed it, dude. It's like we already have the XFL. We already have the alternative to the NFL.
Yeah.
It's the NCAA.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Like, dude, how about instead of putting your efforts into a new pro league, how about pay these motherfuckers
pay
for
the
playing in college?
motherfuckers, dude. Pay them motherfuckers. Pay them.
how do you decide who gets paid though? How do you decide who gets paid what?
Pay Ed O'Bannon. Pay Charles O'Bannon, man.
What? Well, okay,
Pay
so
them motherfuckers.
but like a Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma, does he get paid as much as
Pay
like the
him.
third string running back on that team?
No.
No.
How do you
Fucking-
decide that?
You set it
Same-
up.
dude, the
you
same-
tell them. Just
Do you have
like
a
scholarship.
bankroll? Do you have a payroll?
Dude, just like a scholarship, you tell a fucking kicker you're not going to get a scholarship. Like a quarterback's going to get a full ride scholarship. You tell a kicker you're not going to get a scholarship, but you're telling a quarterback he's getting a scholarship. So you're basically telling him, fuck off, we're paying you. Okay? So you're already saying that. You're already saying to the people who you are not giving a scholarship to, you're already telling them to fuck off, earn your keep. So there's no
I
fucking
think you would break
thing.
you would break down the salary just like Jackson. It's okay, dude. I mean, we all know how much money there is in college sports.
Oh, it's bonkers.
Dude, how are these coaches getting paid $1 million salary?
Dude, they finally just
So spread that around the fucking 53-man roster, and there you got it, dude. These coaches shouldn't make that much money. The university
They don't have to go to college.
they
don't have to play the game though.
They finally just paid the.
No,
they paid them off.
You're right.
Like,
Actually,
They don't have to play the game. Like
Dude,
that's a part
actually,
of the.
Jackson,
that's a part of the sacrifice.
Free deal.
right,
Like
I'm with Jackson.
You got the
Hey.
free deal, right? You got the.
That's
Dustin.
what it takes.
I changed my mind. I think I'm with Jackson here.
What?
It's like, dude,
Fuck.
They don't have to play. Like,
They don't have
they're
to
not-
play. The
yeah,
power
this
is with
isn't-
them.
Yeah.
don't fucking play.
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna give you the free education anymore. So go fuck yourself. How about now?
All right, how about
Okay.
your fucking price of tuition is so overinflated because the reason that you're able to charge so much for your fucking tuition is going to school to watch this successful football team. It's all about the hype.
Okay.
It's all to say I went to this school and cheered for this team.
So I'm gonna
because
go.
they win.
I'm gonna sign Evan, who's a boss left tackle, who's gonna go good to go. Like
Red
that's
pill
fine.
chewing MF.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So okay, so you're a 4-star. Evan's a 3-star. Evan's in my eyes, Evan's a 5-star.
Okay,
But
appreciate
you're a
your
4-star. Evan's a
honesty.
3-star. You
It
say you
hurts,
tell me
but I
you
can
tell
deal with it.
you tell me to fuck off, and I say, oh well, I got Evan who's a 3-star here, willing to full commit,
He's serviceable.
and I'm gonna go ahead and sign Evan. So fuck off. So what do we do now?
What happens
What do
if
you know?
Evan's like, you don't have to pay me? So then they're gonna sign 3-star players.
That's a good point.
Yeah. What if he's like, I'll go to your team. You don't have to pay me. Just give him the scholarship.
That's
You don't have to pay me
That's
any.
exactly the point.
Because I know I'm good, and
That's
I,
exactly the
I just
point,
want to go
though.
to the. I just
Because
wanna
they
go
already
to
get
the
full
league.
ride scholarships.
But
They're going to the
that's-
big schools.
That's exactly the point. I think you're arguing the same point because
I'm lost.
we're arguing.
Well, the whole system is fucked.
Yeah.
I'm
The
just curious
NCAA.
on how you would decide
I'm
who
okay.
gets paid what. That's what.
Right.
the
No,
base
I think
is.
my
you're talking
point-
about who gets paid what.
Yeah.
I think it should be just like
a base salary, everyone.
Yeah, like it should
Yeah,
be
that's
just
probably a
base
good
salary.
way.
So they aren't broke,
and
like-
it should be based on the like tuition, and that's it.
Well, dude, I'm
Okay.
basically saying like pay these motherfuckers like
Tuition plus.
a
It should
living
be
wage.
Tuition plus. It should be
You
tuition
could probably easily afford, and I'm not a mathematician,
plus. You are though.
but I am. You could easily, dude. Let's just say that a base salary. If you make the team, you get this amount. You know, and this is like, but let's treat it as like and I don't really know how semi-pro leagues, but let's just say if you make the team, you get a base amount. Dude, pay these motherfuckers a living wage where they can at least save some money. You're
Yeah.
only playing for 4 years.
Yeah.
You might be done after your college
Career.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't go to school, so I don't know what this is. Your tenure? Does that work?
4 year.
4 year?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you got motherfuckers saying who the
Okay, I'm just saying, like, let's just say if you make the team, you get paid $70K a year.
I mean,
which
that's
they could
essentially
easily
what-
afford to pay those athletes.
I mean, it's some schools that's essentially what they're getting.
Right,
It's a
right.
maybe a $40,000 scholarship, and then they're getting
Paid
room,
extra.
board, food. They're not paying
They
for
lump
it.
it in.
Living
They
for
lump it
free.
in.
What happens when the men's curling team wants to get paid then?
Yeah, I mean it's a slippery.
Huh?
Hey,
slope.
listen, you tell a men's curling team if you bring in money, we'll fucking pay you money, but you
Okay.
ain't bringing in shit, motherfucker.
Okay.
You ain't bringing in shit. We ain't paying you shit.
Man.
But
You know that can get dicey though.
But,
Yeah, it's gonna
but
be
I
weird.
understand what you're
But
saying.
people are
That's
gonna be
why
It's no
protesting
different.
and
It's
shit.
no different than it's no
People
different
kneeling.
than if a SEC football team wants to get paid the same as an SEC basketball team. I'd be like, if Alabama's basketball team came to me and said, "Hey, pay me like Alabama's football team," I'd be like, "Kiss my fucking nuts." you're not going to get paid the same as your fucking football team
dude.
because you're not bringing in the same fucking money.
Now,
man.
guys, we need
Suck on it.
We need to take a step back here.
But I will pay the football team their just desserts. I will pay them the money that they deserve.
But
that's the
check
whole
this shit
thing,
out, dude.
okay?
They've already figured out the perfect system where they don't have to pay these motherfuckers
It's called the NFL.
anything at all.
It's called the NFL.
Oh, it's called the current system.
Yeah, it's called the current system of like
But that's what we're fighting against.
we can make an entertainment empire, and the best part is the players of the game we don't have to pay at all. We actually get them to thank us and praise us for letting them sacrifice themselves to play for us.
Dude, Nick
Meanwhile,
Saban
we're
is
bankrolling the whole
Fuck Nick Saban, dude.
Yeah, dude,
Fuck Nick Saban. Nick Saban is Nick Saban's a fucking slave trade, dude. He's a slave trader, man. Fuck that fucking guy, dude. He's a slave trader for real. Dude, he's fucking
I'm with you, man.
He's grinding these fucking dudes.
And you know what's sick? That dude came up to the NFL for like a season, and he's like,
And he
you know
sucked
what?
ass at Miami, and he's like, fuck
he's
this.
like, I need to get back down with these kids.
Yeah, dude.
I need to boss around some youngins.
Dude, could you imagine if Nick Saban was like tied? Dude, if they, which they should do, if they treated the Alabama as a minor league team, could you imagine if Nick Saban was like, okay, all right, I won't run Derrick Henry for 300 yards, 300 carries a season. I'll fucking hold off on him. We're good to go. You know, like, think about it. Like,
I think Saban should need to teach a class at Alabama in order to coach, like in high school.
I agree with that.
You know, wouldn't that be good?
I agree with that. And I
little
think
But then they just make up some
philosophy
BS
teacher.
class.
Yeah, it'd be some bullshit. Dude, because
Nick
don't these fucking
Saban's
guys
teaching-
miss
He'd
half
be
the
teaching,
school
he'd
year?
be teaching fucking buttholesurfers.com, you know, like fucking.
I was thinking
That'd
more,
be buttholesurfers.edu.
And I was a lady,
Was that butthole surf?
That's Butthole Surfers, yeah, that was it.
I was
No,
thinking
that
more along
was
the
the
lines
presidents of the
of,
United States of America.
No, that was Butthole Surfers.
Oh, that was Peaches. That was
Yeah.
Butthole Surfers?
Yeah, Butthole Surfers.
Edwin,
She
they
took her
finally
shirt
made
off. It
They-
was fucked up. Everybody was like, that's fucking weird.
Birthmarks all over her body.
That's Butthole Surfers, dude. Yeah.
I don't think it was.
It was, man. That was
Alright,
Butthole Surfers. Look
I'll
it
look
up.
it up.
Whatever.
I'll look it
Fuck off.
I think
Yeah,
he'd probably be
it was.
teaching like film study 101.
Okay, so what? So what do you guys think it should be? Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Crash test dummies, motherfucker.
Yes. But you were wrong too. I was wrong.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was
wrong
super
too.
wrong.
I think the
Yeah.
idea that's being floated in California now makes sense to me. Let them profit off their own likeness. If they want to go out and I don't know, sell autographs or whatever because they're a baller.
Johnny Manziel, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that.
Dude, how about
It's just
those
a man
Ohio dudes that were like selling their merch for like tattoos?
Oh yeah, tattoos. Yeah, the Terrell Pryor. That was the Terrell Pryor gig. But okay, so would you let a dude get the free tuition and get what he wants, or would you be a either or type of scenario? Okay, so we'll give you free tuition, but you can't fuck around with these guys, or we'll give you free tuition and go ahead and fuck around, dude. Because all I'm saying is, if I can recruit a fucking we'll go Terrell Pryor.
One of the best prospects of all time.
Dude, get this. Okay, get this. Let's bring it back to like.
Give it to me, man.
Yeah, I'm
ready
gonna
to get it.
bring it. Dude, I'm gonna bring it hard in the fucking paint.
I want to get it. Evan wants to get it.
Yeah.
Jackson
Man,
wants to get
we
it.
all want to
We
get
all
it.
want to get it.
Okay, dude, I'm about to bring in a couple of fucking dangle snipe beasts, but they want to get a couple of Brickview tattoo fuckings, dude. Just some fucking nice. They want to get some inner thigh because dude,
Get in line.
They want to get some inner thighs because you know what? That's what them dudes are into.
Yeah.
But okay, so these dudes are these are catamaran fucking
Inner
weirdos.
thigh tats. Those are called ITSs.
These are some catamaran weirdos. Yeah, please, yeah. Fuck off,
What are you
man.
doing?
Fuck.
You
Dude,
gonna
Jackson's
smoke?
walking away because he hates catamaran. Okay,
Unbelievable.
so
No, he
these
loves
are,
that.
I said catamaran. These are catamaran weirdos. I said weirdos. Okay, but they want to come in and they want to get a couple of fucking weirdo tats. But I'm like, yo, John, man, dude, let's handle this. But these dudes are about to be like fucking snipers.
They're
Like,
not gonna-
I'm talking 40 goals.
They're not gonna.
season
They're not
sniper.
gonna pay you money. They're gonna write their name on a
Right.
picture of themselves.
Right. They're gonna
Will
then
you
they're
do
gonna
the
take
tattoo?
pictures. They're gonna take pictures and put it up on your wall.
I would probably
Bro.
say whatever gets me into the inner thighs of those young men. You got it.
I'm really
And
lost.
I'm not. I don't want to put. I don't want to put Brickview Tattoo on there. But I'm saying if you say we'll put you in East Coast. Okay. We'll
Now
put you
again,
in Boston.
this is
We'll
Kettle
put you in
Moraine
Boston.
University.
We'll
right?
put you
this
in
is not Kettle Moraine High
yeah,
School.
No,
Okay,
we'll put
thank
you in BU. We'll put you in BU. So we're talking about fucking BU, fucking Boston University. Okay, we're
Thank
talking Beanpot.
I thought that's what we were talking
We're talking
about.
Beanpot bullshit. Okay, so some bullshit. Okay,
All right.
so
That was not John Klug talking.
no,
That
no,
was
no,
Lucas
no,
Bus
no.
talking.
This is some fucking guy called like Matty McNulty. Okay, fucking Matty McNulty, and you're tattooing some fucking dudes in the Beanpot, and fucking BU is about to play BCU, Boston College, and these guys want fucking. These BU guys want some fucking Beanpot fucking tattooed on their lower back because they're fucking a couple of fucking
Beautiful bean pots.
piece of shits.
Yeah,
and would you do it for free? That's the question.
Fuck no, man. I'm in this for the cheddar.
But okay, but these guys are awesome. Obviously, Austin Matthews, fucking Jack Eichel, fucking 40 goal a game. 40 goal a game.
40 goal a
Fucking
game.
NHL. Sorry.
Man,
40
that's
goal-
gonna
40
put you on a
40
pace
goal,
for a
not
10,000
40
goal season.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say hell yeah.
Yeah, so don't ignore that. Okay, 40 goal a season.
Okay.
40 goal a season.
Oh,
NHLers.
yeah.
Would you put that on them?
Is that even a big deal?
It's not, but it's for the NHL it is. Or for the NCAA it is.
I'm gonna have to sleep on that.
Okay. That was a lot for nothing, but
Yeah, give me a.
yeah, that was a lot for nothing. That was a lot for nothing, but you know what? Matty McNulty over here owns a tattoo shop in fucking Boston. He'll fucking put the bean pot on your fucking hole. He'll put the fucking bean pot on your hole, okay? Christ, this is fucking Matty McNulty.
That's no lie.
Anyways,
we need a reset.
yeah, we'll reset. We'll
yeah.
we'll edit that out / not edit it out.
No,
Okay,
that's-
fuck.
I actually think we should start over and open with that.
Dude, the bean pot. I love the bean pot though. I do love the bean pot tournament.
Dude,
It
I don't
is
know,
cool.
man.
It's
I mean,
cool.
I don't want to end the hangout, but is this a good
No,
spot
let's
to
keep
end
going.
the pod?
No, don't end the
All
pod.
right,
Keep going.
all
Keep
right,
going.
okay, all right.
Keep
here
going.
we go.
We need to get some fucking hot takes. We get some hot takes. We got that. We'll get some either if you want some conspiracy hot takes, or we'll get some fucking sports hot takes. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Sports or conspiracy hot takes?
Oh shit.
Either one. I'm
Dude,
fucking
I'll do both. We can do a little bit of both. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's go. Okay.
Should we stick with the banking theme of conspiracies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's go.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
What do you guys know about the Rothschilds?
Not enough.
Yeah. Lay it on us, man.
I mean, I don't really know that much either.
what?
I kind of thought you guys were like,
Like get some insider info.
Man, he let us in with that
Oh,
juicy
man.
carrot.
Yeah.
Turns out it just remained
I
on
was,
that
just, I, was,
we all
I, was
know.
just, I was just expecting one of you geniuses
Yeah,
to just,
no,
just
the
let her
Rothschild-
flow.
The Rothschilds have been a part of the giant banking scheme. They're basically like they were part of the Federal Reserve, like the monster Jekyll Island. They were part of that, and
Now,
they
Dustin,
created the Federal Reserve.
Are the Rothschilds English royalty?
They are Jesuit, actually.
Of course.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
You said it, not me. You
This is
said
not
it,
John
not me.
Klug talking. That is not code.
I'm
for
not
the-
for
Yeah.
Jesuit Jews.
It's not code for the
no,
Jewish
dude, no.
cabal.
No, I will not. We are not at that point, because, so I can say that they are fucking Jewish. Okay.
Okay. I have this I had this like epiphany, and I kind of feel
I had
bad
this
that like I
revelation.
thought this. Well, not really. I mean, I figured. Okay.
Revelation.
You guys, actually, just hear me out on this one and let me know what you think. So you know how we got City of London, the Vatican, and Washington D.C. Right? The three sovereign nations.
Yeah. Yep.
3, like the Trinity, Holy Spirit, Jesus, and God, and you
Calm
also
down.
atom, electron, neutron, proton. They're all the same thing.
Okay.
Oh, electron,
Triangle,
proton.
three
I
sides,
didn't
triangle,
think of
3
electron,
sides.
neutron,
That's the new
electron,
episode
neutron,
in tinfoil.
proton. Yeah, I didn't think about that, dude. That's fucking awesome. Love that.
So I was thinking about the New World Order, and we don't have to be scared of anybody taking over because they already have.
Yeah.
And who controls everything?
government.
The Vatican.
We do.
The Vatican. Because, you know, right? Yeah, I think it's the Vatican, dude. So you got the Vatican. I was talking about this with the old Fried Crispy and Brett yesterday. Dude,
Talking
that's
about
what I
fried
mean.
crisp?
Like this feels like this is maybe long-winded for at the point we're at
Just
in the
get the
episode.
fucking
but-
point, bro.
Okay.
Get the point.
Okay, so
Fuck.
the English.
So we can
the English
talk
Empire.
shit.
The English Empire, which is basically controlled this plane
Yeah, of course.
called Earth.
Yeah, the English Empire didn't lose the Revolutionary War. They just rebranded themselves, just like the fucking Germans
Hold on.
rebranded themselves. Okay?
Yes.
Did I just
NASA, bro.
say what you were gonna say?
Well, no, I was gonna go.
Okay.
I mean, not really.
Okay.
So
sorry.
yeah, that's part of it though, because what did they get over here? Like, as they conquered all the, like, dude, look at a map of the plane, and all the countries on this plane that have the British flag on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And what did the British flag take with them? Religion. I would venture to say Catholicism to a degree. Look at every fucking small town in America, maybe like across the world, that has a Catholic church. That they're like franchises, dude. They're like McDonald's franchises.
sure.
So
Agree.
with every empire, like the sprawl of that English empire, where that was like, which now that Washington D.C. is now like the world military.
Modern day Facebook.
The
Modern day
city of
Facebook.
London. The city of London is the World Bank, and then
Yeah.
the Vatican is like the world religion government. I would
It's
say.
no different than modern day Facebook. Like they
Okay, so
spread that.
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like with every Catholic, like you can't just go open up a Catholic church.
Okay.
So, isn't that just like that? The money's being funneled back to the.
Sure.
So is that the sprawl? Is that how like the empire sprawl? Am I getting?
Yeah,
my point
no,
across
you-
at all?
like
Am I
saying-
making sense here?
You're kind of being like no duh. It's like a no duh.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't
That's
no
a- that's a-
conspiracy.
this
This
is-
is fact.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is no duh.
Well,
This
that's
is a
ex-
no duh.
Where,
That's
where do you
what I
get
hope-
to? What's the conspiracy?
Yeah, where you at?
There's no
right, yeah.
conspiracy. I mean,
Oh,
that's
we
what I
were
said.
doing
Oh.
conspiracies.
It's just the original.
Yeah, you're at
What
no
happens when you
duh.
talk to a
like,
couple
yeah.
of-
Did you have like a prediction you think is gonna happen?
Yeah,
No,
but I
I'm
was
saying
expecting
that
you to
any.
go,
Dude,
like,
I'm
with,
okay. If anything, all I'm saying is what I opened with is it's already been done. It's
Oh,
already in
sure.
place.
Yeah,
There's no preventing anything. It's already been done.
I agree.
You're right.
Completely couldn't agree more.
He's the right motherfucker.
Couldn't agree more with you. But I could expound on that and say that they preach
See, I don't
like
have the energy to
I don't know what to say. Like they preach. I hate religion for the fact that it basically puts the fences.
Puts you in a box.
It puts you in the it's the fences. Like like it basically outlines the fact like what you can and cannot do. So I will never like be in it. And Evan, I don't know, what do you like? Do you into
Do you religion?
Do you religion things?
I religion things. You know,
But there's a big difference between Christianity and
course.
Catholicism.
agree.
There's also a big difference between Catholicism, Christianity, and religion and religious beliefs. Correct.
Well, and it's
Correct.
all the same conspiracy, if you will.
It is.
What, you know what? My thing is a topic for another time. But Evan, go.
No, but I missed.
Personally, I just
I'll
follow the
spin.
signs. I just follow the signs.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right, well, now we know.
Evan, go ahead.
That's my
You know,
religion.
I don't, to me, I mean, we go to church, and I don't always get maybe, I don't know, the message, but I don't think there's anything wrong with putting yourself or surrounding yourself with a message of positivity and
Absolutely, I
Love
love
it.
it. Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
people that are
Community.
community,
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
are out for your best interest.
Absolutely love it.
You know, I get a good vibe from that. And maybe it's just the church I go to, but I leave there feeling good every
That's
Sunday.
cool.
So
That's
you
very
know,
cool.
there's certain things that I maybe don't necessarily understand or agree with, but
The church Evan's talking about is House Davidian, held at John Klug's backyard, summertime, around 5 p.m. After a nice day on the lake.
pretty much every day.
Yeah, you'll never find a bad bad thing to say in that Davidian. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I love that.
Yeah, but you know, I can't disagree that I don't know. There's certain things of other churches I've been to where it's just the message is stale, and there's just they go through the routine just because that's the way it's been done forever, and you know, people sing the same songs, and it's just like
That would
kind of
be
stuff
the
is-
difference between, and I don't know what kind of church you go to, but like, dude, Lutheran, Catholic, where you have like, it's like a ritual.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it is, you know, you have to dress, not going to there, but like robes and
yeah.
like lighting candles and stuff like. It's all stuff that,
just
like,
don't think
dude,
that-
Jesus didn't go to a Catholic church.
I just don't think that the fucking
Jesus
ritual,
didn't
the
have
ritual
stained
is
glass
bullshit.
windows.
The ritual is bullshit. The ritual, no matter what, like, and I'm Episcopalian, and I am super cool with it because I was raised Catholic, and it was a fucking trash. It was a shit show. I was actually raised Catholic in a church who the priest was stealing money from the fucking church, and I still thought Catholicism was okay. And now I'm Episcopalian, and I think it's okay. And you know what? Like, go fucking do your thing. Like, I think it's okay, but I love religion. I just hate the confines that it's in. So, fuck that.
I think that's
I'll never show
true
up
with a lot of people nowadays.
I'll never show up to another fucking sermon, but I will believe. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I think a lot of people share the same sentiment. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and preach to everybody, but I think that when I go to church, and I mean, I guess it's just the place I go, but the message is tailored towards, I think, modern day life, where you know we all go through the same stuff. We all got, you know, problems at work, problems in our relationships, whatever, and there's certain things that, you know, in religious text or whatever, I think can help explain those things, but it's I don't know, just a message of peace and hope and, you know, positive vibes. It's good
Dude,
stuff.
you
I have a
dig in hard
conspiracy.
enough, it's also a message of flat Earth.
It could be.
I have
Yep.
a hot take.
Wayo.
go ahead.
So basically, well, I think this is maybe already proven, but it's tough because I think it's important to have like morals, which I feel like the psyops nowadays is to not have morals, so you just do whatever you want.
Exactly.
You whatever
That's
comes
why-
up, you do anything like wicked or anything, like you don't question it. So I think it's important to have like a ground basis of morals.
Dude,
Preach, Jackson.
okay, yes, this is kind of, I was going to get there because it was the Catholic Church that fucking invented like the Big Bang Theory, because at a certain point, once they knew they had domination, they flipped it. It was a Catholic priest that invented the fucking Big Bang Theory, dude.
Yes, it was.
Now what
Yes,
they
it
want?
was.
Now what they
That is
want?
the most retarded theory
was.
ever.
All right.
Yeah.
Now what?
I'm
okay,
triggered by your
So check this out.
retard. So.
Dude, this what we are on. We are not a meaningless speck in an infinite universe. That is not what's going on here, dude. We are more than that. We are special, dude. We all have power, and dude, we all have love within us. But like all the shit that we're being sold, that's not what's important. That's what we're trying to be distracted from, realizing our real potential and what we really are. And let me tell you, the best way to control a motherfucker is to make you think
Make you comfortable.
that you're not special, that you're an accident, that you're an accident of infinite cosmos.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
not the
Yeah, you're
fucking
right.
truth.
Yeah,
dude.
you're a fucking one billionth fucking
So-
chance. That's what fucking
Right.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is preaching.
Dude,
is
that
that you're a
motherfucker-
1 billionth chance of fucking... Dude, he's a fucking shill. Fuck that guy, man. Fuck him. Anyway, give me a beer.
So I'm just saying.
Got one?
You know what I'm saying, dude?
I know what you're saying.
What's the best way to control a population? Make you think that you're not special. What do they not want? That's what I'm saying, dude. It's not. I am not pointing the finger at the Bible or Christianity. I actually think that there's bits of truth buried within there. It's what. Show me in the Bible where it talks about stained glass windows and wearing a certain robe and wearing a certain sash around your neck and acolytes and shit like that.
It's become the thing they swore
a
to
ritual.
destroy.
Yes. Dude, did you know, like, I grew up in a Lutheran church. It's the pastor says this, the congregation says this. I say this, you say that. When I say
up.
this, you say that. When I say this, that's ritual, cultish, horse shit. That's not what Jesus... Dude, Jesus was fucking doing cartwheels in the streets with hookers and fucking lepers, man.
That dude balled out, man. He
He-
balled out.
If Jesus, and I'm sure he does, walk among us somewhere.
Praise be, praise be.
Shout outs to Jesus Christ.
Praise
somewhere out
be.
I
there.
think that's
Praise
Nas,
be.
God's
Dude,
son.
He brought, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Nah,
got it.
it's God's son. Yeah.
That guy walks into a Catholic church, he's fucking flipping over tables again, dude. Just like when he walked into the marketplace. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah, dude, I know what-
That was my
Yeah,
whole...
praise be, praise
It's a
be.
good
We
point.
got there eventually.
I mean, you know what the message from Jesus was, I think? It's love.
Love,
Bring
dude.
it full circle.
sure.
It's, love your neighbor.
Like,
It's
Jesus was hippie. He loved
yeah,
it.
he
Loved
kind of
it.
was.
Loved it.
It's right there, man. Jesus, Albert Einstein, Elon Musk. Love is the answer. There we go.
Aw, dude,
You got it.
Dude, don't put Elon Musk in that same thing, dude,
That's-
bro.
I'm just saying. He
Fuck,
said it.
bro.
He said it on
man.
Rogan. Dude.
Fuck. Oh.
I don't know about Einstein either.
I don't know about that.
All right,
Elon.
check this out, Dustin.
All
That
right,
was it.
later.
That was his.
Einstein did
That
the
was his
tongue out.
moment of weakness.
Fuck.
Once he fake smoked weed with Joe Rogan, that's when he said, "Love is the answer." He said in that podcast, dude, the guy hates himself.
Yeah,
And he knows.
Dude, he hates himself
Dustin.
because he's a shill.
So if
he's a
there's-
fucking shill.
Okay,
man.
so if there's one thing of truth that he said in that podcast where he really
fake
revealed
put a
himself
car on
was
fucking space.
exactly. He even said,
It's so real that it looks fake.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. Exactly.
"But what's his one? What was his moment of weakness where he said, you know what? Fuck you to everybody." He's like, "Joe, I've been hanging out with you for a while. I'm gonna fake smoke weed with you," and he said, "Love is the answer." After he said, I don't think you'd like being me. I don't think a lot of people would like being me.
Agreed. Agreed.
The guy's going
Agreed.
crazy, man.
100% agreed.
He's firing fucking fake rockets
I'd
into
agree with
space. He's landing fucking fake rockets. They're real rockets, but he's playing them in reverse, landing on the thing. And everybody's going nuts. He knows it's all bullshit.
Shitbag car. He literally played
Dude, he's
he played
firing
the scene
rockets.
from Ferris Bueller's Day Off in the
Basically.
car, like on that
Yeah.
fucking.
Dude, he's firing rockets that are just getting lodged up into the firmament. They just stop.
Into the dome.
Fuck
the
that
dome,
guy,
man.
Fuck.
But, dude-
Dude, fuck that guy. I think fuck that guy.
Hey,
like
man,
I
go
think
ahead. But
he's
talk
he
about a guy
is,
who's rubbing elbows with elite.
He
He's elite,
is,
and he said,
he is what can change our life, but he is controlled, and it's terrible. It sucks. It sucks to see. It sucks to see video pictures of him with Ghislaine Maxwell and stuff like that, because that dude is a life altering mind, and he's controlled. I think he's controlled.
But what?
Who got a hold of him?
Thought he was a real one.
Ghislaine Maxwell. He's Mossad. Like you can see photos of him with Ghislaine Maxwell. Like Mossad and the deep state has gotten their hands on him.
So
it's unfortunate.
What is the? If there's one lesson to take away from this guy, are we? Maybe we should just disregard what is going on at that level.
Yes, I agree.
Should we just focus on our relationships?
Why would you
we tend to the part of the garden we can reach?
What? Fucking thank you for saying that. That is a fucking
Dustin, you're my favorite turd, and I wouldn't shit you, bro.
Dude, quit saying things I love about you. So we need to stop fucking thinking about Mars and maybe start thinking about fucking across the street, okay? You know, we need to stop. We need to fucking quit it with all this other stuff and just think about what we have going on in, like, you know, like right across our street, like in, like, fuck, man, why are we spending so much money caring about everything else except, like,
Dustin, I think what you're trying to say is love is the answer.
No, it's
right?
not. It isn't, but it's.
Maybe we need to start throwing block parties again.
I think you're right.
What I'm trying to say is
I think
that
we're getting the winter blues here.
What I'm trying to say is that I've seen a lot of people go hungry, and I'm still seeing a lot of people fucking care about space travel. Why would I ever see? I should never see somebody fucking putting money into space travel when I could walk.
We aren't supposed to go to space. We're humans. We're supposed to stay here, and we're supposed to.
When I can see see somebody fucking hungry in my direct, like,
guys, we're ruining this planet with carbon emissions. So let's light a bunch of fucking rockets off every day to see if we can get the fuck off this planet.
It's literally like if I lit off a thing of fireworks in front of a dude's face who can't feed his family daily, like, and I just like lit off a fucking bunch of dollar bills, but it just exploded in his face. It's no different. It's no fucking different. This fucking guy, and you know what? This fucking guy might not be crazy. He's probably fucking homeless because of the fucking medical problems that he's run into. You know what? Like, because you can't afford to get hurt in this country. You can't afford to, like. So right now, if any one of my members of my family got hurt in the next week and a half,
I feel like this is coming back around to the pharmacist.
No, I'd be fucked. Oh. No. I'd be fucked because I don't have medical coverage until the 1st of March.
Couldn't you rock some Cobra?
Yeah, for $3,000, bro. For $3,000, bro.
For a week?
Yes. $3,000 fucking dollars. You want to pay that shit? $3,000. I could pay that to take care of that. I'll roll the dice, man.
Buy some bubble wrap.
I'll roll the dice. Yeah, I'll roll the dice, man. Dude, get that.
I feel like we need to carry you out of here.
Yeah,
get that, dude. Get that.
Sure
lock the doors. Keep the family inside for a week and a half.
Like, that's the thing. Is like,
I can't believe
so
we could have came to you tonight, man.
Yeah. Until
you should be here right now.
Yeah, dude. Until the 1st of March, like, that's like, I'm rolling the dice, man.
All right, for all Hell to Play listeners, anybody who thinks Dustin's going to make it. Send your well wishes.
Yeah, comment if you think he's gonna make it. Like the post if you don't.
Like and comment if you think I'm gonna make it. Ignore if you think not. Think you appreciate it, dude. But think about that shit, man. Dude, it would cost me like $1,000 out of pocket to insure my family for like a week per
one
week.
or three.
Easily
Crazy.
$1,000.
Fuck.
Out of pocket, bro.
Dude, I'm not into it. I don't like it.
Out of pocket.
That's crazy. It's ridiculous. That's where they get you, man. Dude, I don't know. Jackson
still,
has been swallowed into his own hoodie. I think I gotta call it.
Yeah,
I think I gotta call it.
Yeah, he has
so
been.
fat.
He has been. Okay, what do you think about the fucking slam dunk contest? Fuck, we can talk about something that's real, like people are real into.
Cliffhanger, slam dunk contest.
Dude.
Revisit it another time, guys.
Dude, fuck off, dude. But how about fuck off on the whole?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, how about fuck off on the whole the fact that I can't get insurance coverage until the first week of the next month. That's fucked. Dude, why can't you get that fucking insurance coverage? Fuck, man.
Could you have gotten really shitty private insurance?
Cobra. It's Cobra. That's called
Well,
Cobra.
Cobra offers you what you have.
You know why they call it Cobra? Because a Cobra will kill you,
It's
and also so will Cobra, the insurance coverage. Like a Cobra snake will kill you.
They both go.
Dude.
So will the Cobra company.
That's a hot take.
That's a real hot take.
That's
That's why they call it Cobra,
Is
because
there a Cobra conspiracy
both will kill you. Cobra,
both will
the
strangle
snake,
you,
and the coverage.
choke you. Yeah.
They will kill you. Yeah, that's real. Fuck them.
Dude, holy shit, dude. I just looked up Cobra Insurance. Their motto, their motto for the Cobra Insurance, their motto, no joke. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
Yeah, that's literally like a Cobra. The snake came up with that.
Yeah.
That's real. That's fucked up.
Yeah, dude. Crazy. They're basically saying
yeah. Let's come up with let's fuck, it's fucked. Let's come up with something cool for the end of the
I don't know, man. It's a pretty dismal ending. We had a big pick me up there for a while, and then it took a dark turn around 2:08.
Fuck.
Jackson, you want to send it for us?
Yeah, Jackson, why don't you take us out?
Do a full send.
Yeah, Jackson, you've been ending the podcast on a pretty high note, so.
Okay. Thank you, Evan, for joining us on this episode 5. Everyone, let us know how you feel. Leave a comment. Leave a review if you're on whatever app you're using.
Dude, plug the YouTube.
Subscribe to the YouTube
Please
channel
subscribe.
if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, we're bringing nothing but fucking pure.
We're gonna continue to bring that fire. Year in, and yeah.
Listen, you're talking to a guy who's not only as Evan fucking gotten rid of the system and completely gone rogue and gone his own way, but dude, you're talking to a guy right now who is uninsured. Running the fucking family who's uninsured right now, okay?
Oh my God.
So we
Sacrifice his
fucking
life.
roll hard as fuck, okay, on this episode. We roll hard as fuck, okay? So, dude, we all are going deep as fuck, okay?
Deep
as
fuck is the motto.
I'm basically Ted Kaczynski right now, okay?
You're talking about the mother of all extreme sports.
Yeah, this is the
You're
extreme
doing it
sport.
with no helmet.
Yeah, thank
Dustin
you.
has risked it all to be here tonight.
Yeah, I have really, honestly, me leaving the household. It's like a $300,000 gamble on my fucking life.
Okay, yep. See you guys next time.